and I'm going to go over a lot of strategies and different ideas in detail, including how to protect yourself, hyper-protect yourself from shipments from China, how to get your products inspected by people we have on the ground in China, and how to order basically any amount of items you want, from 1 to 1 million from China. I know they have that prerequisite available in 100 or 1,000 or whatever. We were talking earlier on the call here, and you know, believe it or not, our fear is always your guys' risk. So in approaching that, we just definitely don't want to overhype anything, as exciting as this could be, and we want to protect you as many ways as possible. And we know we have people on here that can afford $999, and just like they've been waiting for it, and they're ready to go, and they're ready to order $1,000 of products. And we know we have people that saved up like crazy to be here, and we're going to appreciate all of that and make sure that everybody's completely protected. With that, I'll click the start recording. Well, I'm not going to click that tonight, am I? Okay, cool. So first thing I want to go over with you guys is kind of how I search and what I see and everything else, and to help protect you guys. I'm going to actually go through the process and show you exactly what I've been working on. I'm going to show you all the items I've been looking at. I'm going to show you what they are, and if you want to steal them from me, go ahead and steal them from me. I'm completely fine with that. But just be aware, I don't have any fear of you stealing from me and going out and selling the items that I put time into. But if 100 of you do that, then 100 of you are going to be competing against one another, okay? So I'm going to go over the kind of the Alibaba traditional process over here. And one of the first things that I'm going to do, and this is a little bit subtle, different from what you guys have seen in the past, is I'm just going to start on Amazon with a word. I'm going to put the in there for now, okay? And then I'm going to go over and I'm just going to pick a category, and I'll even pick a different one. There's not a lot of categories for the. I'm going to try that then. And just to be true to nature, I didn't set any of this up, so I'll be struggling just like you guys would be struggling, right? So see all 35 departments, and I usually pick kitchen and houseware, so I'm actually going to pick something different tonight. Yahoo! I'll try health and personal care on the left side of the screen here. So it's just the same. You start with a word, and you come over here. Now, why is this important? Well, I was talking to a lot of people, and what I've been noticing is you have your own conceptions and ideas. And I was talking to a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in a long time, and talking about Genesis and things, and he said, have you seen this new orange cooler that's out there? And probably a lot of you guys have seen this orange cooler as well. It's this cooler that has an attachment on the top, and you can put a blender on it, and it's got a built-in radio, and it's this really cool cooler that's coming out, the cool cooler. I don't know what it's called. And I had seen this cooler, and probably a lot of people on this call had seen this cooler as well. And the point of it was, if you start thinking for yourself and go over to Alibaba and go, I like sporting equipment, I'm going to sell sleeping bags, I'm going to sell tents, whatever you can think of, either it's been driven into your mind through commercials, through media, through your life, or whatever. There's very few obscure things that you guys would think of off the top of your head that you're saying camping that would be so unique that you wouldn't have any competition or less competition. So if you start thinking about you know, I really like tents, I'm going to go sell tents. Well, not only does everybody think camping tents, and you're in that competition boat, but on top of that, as you're going through and searching Alibaba, they're aware of that, and they're going to have all these people driving tents and stuff at you. So you're not going to have a unique idea off of that, is what I'm trying to say. So by starting with the keyword, I hate health, sleep, and beauty, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to go back to my staple kitchen, but there's nothing wrong with health and beauty. I'm just not into it. But starting off with a keyword, you're going to go through this and do a process.
Want us to see your last look items.
No,
for your personal makeup and so on.
Exactly, exactly. You can interrupt me when it's relevant. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to go to home and kitchen.
This was very relevant. I'm trying to explain why we're not going to the category.
Now, the point of all this is you don't want to be thinking of common things, okay? So once I select this, and I didn't show this in the training, so this will be something new to you. I showed in the training to go to Amazon's homepage and find a category and look at the top 100, top whatever, and go through that. But once you do that, select a word, select a category, come up here on the top right, and just select new and popular. And then when you have new and popular in place, you can start going through, and then after you find something that fits a criteria, which I'm going to go over right now, then you can start researching it based on its rank, making sure it's high rank. Okay? So I'm going to talk out loud what I'm seeing. I'm going to see Honeywell here on a branded fan, and the fan's going to be pretty big, and I don't want to deal with something like that. I'm going to see this. Now, when I go over and I search this on Alibaba myself, I'm going to find out if I looked at this as a really hot selling item, it's #1 in kitchen and dining, everything else, but there seems to be a lot of competition on this, and competition is good, so this might be a brandable item depending on weight and your cost and everything else. So that would be one that I would look deeper into. This is Brita, and I don't want to order water filters and knockoff water filters from China, so forget that. I don't want to order a food. Too big on a scale, I think, plus it's digital, anything could go wrong. Same thing on this humidifier, too big, blender bottle, etc. Well, blender bottle, just the price point seems too cheap for me. This is too big, and I'm going to go through like that and search out items. So this is what I'm thinking. Now, I'm not going to keep saying too big, too small, too left, too right. I'll just go through, and okay, cool, there's a shower curtain that came out, all right? So maybe I want to get into shower curtains. It's certainly lightweight. It's certainly an idea that you guys can order, and then I would be over at Alibaba looking at shower curtains. So I click on this, and I say, okay, my point is $14.99 on the shower curtain. I come down here, number 31 in home and kitchen. I can use the review and see how many I'm going to sell, everything else. So now it's time to price point out this shower curtain. So I'm going to go over here into Alibaba, and I'm going to type in shower curtain. Pretty simple. And none of this is set up. I have not looked at any shower curtains to sell, and now I'm like, why don't you sell shower curtains? Okay, cool. So I come over here. Now I'm seeing this design shower curtain here, and it tells me how many sets I got to order, $2 to $3, 300 pieces here. Here's a pretty, this is a really nice looking one with butterflies, 1,600 bags. I can click on that and see what that means. I can go through and I get some pretty fancy smancy shower curtains, it looks like. All right? So now it's time to start negotiating prices and things like that. Now usually I'm on at 3 o'clock in the morning and China is wide open. The chats are like chat, 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 chat. Now, I'm not going to go into chat live here because there's usually a delayed response. I'm going to tell you why that happens in case you've been trying it. But if you're a 9 to 5er and you just work regular hours or something like that, you're going to go emailing back and forth, okay? One tip that I will give you, though, is when you're over here chatting and stuff like that, have a notepad open on your computer or handwrite it if you're not used to that, and start jotting down things like, okay, at this point, I like the price of this. I'm in the point, and this is the name. This is the link to get back to this item, and I'm thinking about ordering it. Because what will happen is you'll be over here, looking at this flower-type shower curtain thing, and you'll be chatting back and forth with the person, and they'll want to send you an email with all their stuff. Okay, and then when you go back to find this person, you can't find them. So go ahead and you want to grab this URL and put it down as a reference so you can come back right back here to chat. Now, it's not as dangerous as I'm going to make it out to be, but I'm just trying to hyper protect you. In the rare occurrence, they will try and take you to a different page, to a different website, stuff like that to sell you something. So you want to make sure you come absolutely back to this page, okay? Now, during your chat back and forth with them, don't try and knock down the minimum order quantity and stuff like that. One of the first questions after I introduce myself is I'm going to want to know about escrow. I'm going to ask them if they take escrow. Now, I showed you in the videos how you can make sure that everybody's showing they take escrow, but just to double check they're not doing some sort of end around, that's going to be one of my quick opening questions, is if you take escrow. And escrow is where you're going to pay, Alibaba's going to hold on to the money until you approve this order. It's in your hands, you love it, you're hugging it, thumbs up, you're good to go, okay? So that's going to be one of my initial questions, so I don't waste a lot of time, because I don't want to go through this and ask them if they take escrow. Now, as far as payments go, I went down a road with somebody that wanted to take PayPal, and I really wanted the item. And I called up PayPal, and I said, look, I've been selling on eBay for a gazillion years. I've been through it all. I got some questions for you because now I'm a buyer, not a seller. And I asked about their seller protection. Their seller protection is unlimited, okay? You might be thinking of, as a seller, you're only protect up to $250, but for a buyer, it's unlimited. And there's two things that come into play. One, they don't ship you the item. Well, that's a slam dunk. You're going to get your money back. Two, where it gets a little bit gray is item as described. So if you get your item and it's not as described, you're going to be into a bit of a war with these guys. So quick tip, if you do use PayPal, make sure that when the guy knocks on your door with the product, you open it up, you know the postal delivery guy's name, you're snapping a picture of the product, everything else. The really good thing is, I know from owning different businesses and stuff like that, that you can always go to your bank, go to Visa, go to whatever, and they'll side on your side 99.99999% of the time against China, okay? So you're super protected in that way. Now, as you go into this conversation with these folks, they're going to use acronyms that you might not be used to, okay? FOB and things like that, or MOQ, minimum order quantity. These guys are business. They're all about business. Anytime you're chatting with them, they're not going to be nice to you and go, hey, this is my first time. I'm just trying. What does this mean? They'll just disappear. So if some of the acronyms throw you, just go out and Google them. Just go out to Google and say, what is MOQ? And then it comes up and you're reading through it and you'll find out that it's minimum order quantity on Alibaba, okay? So as you're communicating back and forth with them, they're all about business. They want your business, but they don't want to chit-chat whatsoever. So you want to find out, you know, the price point, how long it's going to take to deliver, everything else, and then come back and address this minimum order quantity, okay? Go through everything with them, then come back and say, hey, can I do 800? Can I do that? And then go through that. And it's actually going to talk about some really cool shipping things that we have in place for you in a short period of time. But just to hyper protect you guys some more, I'm going to show you guys how to order whatever amount that you want, okay? Because we appreciate there's limited budgets on here. So what I went out to do, I'm going to go over to my eBay account right now. I'm going to show you some stuff that I was able to do. I actually went in and I ordered on Alibaba. I'm not used to looking at my orders. My Alibaba, it might show some private information, so I'm not going to bring that up. I ordered as one of my products some knife sharpeners, okay? Now, I was able to go over and order those same knife sharpeners on eBay for $1.65 a unit. I actually paid Alibaba about $2.35 a unit for these knife sharpeners. So it was actually cheaper on eBay for me to order these knife sharpeners because nobody on eBay, for the most part, orders from China. So why would I risk it all with Alibaba and stuff like that if I'm fully 100% protected on eBay? And I can order one, I can order two, I can order 20. The only difference is when I order on eBay, I'm not branded. Meaning if you've gone through the process, you actually order a logo, and once you make your payment, you send it over to Alibaba, and they'll actually put the logo right on the knife sharpener for you. So, but what you can do in replacement is you can order these knife sharpeners. You can order one, you can order 10, 100, 500, whatever you want to start with, and then order a logo and get it done as a sticker. Now, there's plenty of companies out there that'll do it for you. Just go in here and type in "make my logo a sticker" or "order stickers" or whatever, and they'll say just upload your logo, and then I can take a picture of my knife sharpener when it arrives with my logo that I stuck on it. These 3D guys that do these images for you, this is all in the training, they can make that knife sharpener dance or make it look like that sticker's your logo, whatever. So what I actually did was I went on to Alibaba and I think I ordered 600 of these knife sharpeners shipped to me, okay? Then I went out and I designed my logo, okay? And I ordered boxes. And all of this stuff was just a Google search online. So I have these little black boxes right here at my home right now. These guys are making my knife sharpeners. They're getting them ready in China right now. They're going to ship in about 4 or 5 days to me. They're going to arrive. They're going to be all branded, everything else, all pretty. I put them in the box and I sent them in Amazon. Well, also, when I ordered 100 or whatever they had available at the time, I ordered 141 of these, okay? I'm just going to use those, and I'm going to take a sticker and put the sticker on here and put the sticker on the box and take pictures and do the same process, all right? So what I wanted to show you is even if you have zero budget or $1, you can come on here, and I ordered these anti-arthritis shoe things. Now what I'm doing is I'm ordering like 4, 5, 10 things, and then you can put them up in whatever quantity you order. I think I ordered 20 of these silly things. Put them up on Amazon, then test your market. Figure out how well you're going to sell with these. So I'm in, what's the price of these things that I ordered? I ordered 30 of them. So it cost me $29.70, and I can put that up and test it. And then the silicone gel things here, I ordered 10 of them, $9.22. Somebody solved this for me. I ordered an oven mitt for 99 cents free delivery. I don't know what they're doing in China if they take the oven mitt and they throw it in the water and it floats over here, but that's absurd. 99 cents for an oven mitt. So I ordered 13 oven mitts, okay? Now with these, I can use some stickers and stuff like that and some beautiful photos and everything else and brand these things, send them into Amazon, see if I can get them ranked. And, you know, these are such a cheap start and cheap investment that if I do all of a sudden, boom, sell 20 of these in a day or 10 of these shoe things in a day, I will sell out. I will have to start from scratch as far as ranking and stuff goes, but now I know, okay, I'm going to order 300, I'm going to order 400, I'm going to order 500 of these. I'm going to go to Alibaba, I'm going to order nicer ones, or I'm going to wait, or I'm going to see if these guys can express ship them, etc., etc. So here's a great way, and all I did was I went over to eBay, and I started searching the word silicone. Now you can search any word you want. It's just my tests have all been on those silicone pink teacup things, and Natasha and I will talk about those a little bit later. And I came over to the left side here, and I clicked on new on the left side because I didn't want to deal with used, obviously. And then I got to wait for the eBay page to update. And then I came over here and I picked free shipping. And then I sorted on the right side up at the top here where the best match is. I changed that to price lowest first. Now I'm going to come across a bunch of little silly items here. But, you know, here's this rubberized keyboard. Now this is a bid thing. You want to do a buy it now. I should select that on the left side. Buy it now. And, you know, sky's the limit over here. I'm not going to go through and spend too much time here, but here's this magic garlic peeler thing. That's so stupid. You take a tube and you put a piece of garlic in here and you roll it around and it peels your garlic. I think this is selling on Amazon for $5 or $6, okay? So you could probably, if you jump through the hoops on Alibaba, and I don't want to make Alibaba seem negative because I'm going to be ordering a lot of stuff from Alibaba, especially with the program Hitachi just put together for the shipping, which will blow your mind. But here you can order 10 of these and test them or whatever, you know, and go through them and go through them and go through them. Here's the silicone things I bought for 92 cents, okay? So as I was going through these, I ended up discovering, and I won't go look for it now, for less than $1, something called these anti-snore silicone nose plugs or something stupid. And I call it stupid because this is just so stupid. But silicone snore nose. And let's see if I can find this thing.
I found them for obvious reasons.
Nice, thanks. Well, as I was going through it, I found this one comes from Hong Kong, so it's seriously cheaper, but they're selling on it for $10. And it's basically a nose plug that goes in your nose. It's a rubber nose plug, and there's other listings for $10 coming from the US, okay? But from there, and I'll see if I can find this anti-snore headband. Let's see if this is it. Anti-snore. Nope. Anti-snore. Let me just try anti-snore and see if I can find it for you. But as I start exploring this niche of people don't want people to snore beside them, I can't even find it now. What was it called? Anti-snore band, anti-snore wrap, anti-snore head. Let's see if we can find it. Or no snoring or something. I can't even find the dang item. Oh, here we go. Here's a bunch of them here. Okay? So I found this silly thing here. You put a band around your head so you can't open your mouth and snore, okay? And this wasn't the exact one I found. But here it is, 1409, with a rank of 15,000. There was a better one than that, but that would still generate some pretty good income. And this was all developed because I typed in silicone on eBay. I then went over to Alibaba and I typed in anti-snore or whatever keywords I used, and I was able to find these for like $1.50. Okay. Now I haven't ordered these. I haven't done these. You guys are free and welcome to do this. If I can locate it here, stop snoring is probably the keywords that I used. Stop snoring. Stop learning how to type. Stop snoring. Boom. And let's see what comes up. Well, now I have all these things to research. There's some sort of watch and everything else. And I just go down these avenues, but here it is here. I've been chatting back and forth with this person, and the cost was $1.78 a unit, okay? 300-piece minimum, so that'd be like a $500 order plus shipping if you expressed it. I think it came out to like $800 or $900 for 300 pieces or a $3 price point, all right? And this was all extrapolated off of me typing in silicone to eBay and going through these different things, all right? So what I wanted to show you there is how you can start for next to nothing and order 1 oven mitt or order 10 oven mitts. I mean, if these were at your dollar store, some of the items that I showed you on eBay, like if you walked into your dollar store and you saw this knife sharpener for $1.26 or $1.65 or whatever it was at your $1.65 store, you'd be gobbling them up like crazy, okay? And that knife sharpener sells for $19.03. Now, I'm going to have mine in 9 or 12 days, so I'll have a 9 or 12-day head start against you. You're welcome to go ahead and order them if you want, compete against me. That's entirely up to you. But all those other things, I'm not going to go crazy on these silicone gel things here and stuff like that. That's completely wide open for people that want to grab that listing or whatever. But just go over to eBay, start with some sort of keyword, go through, sort by cheapest. You'll get some ideas. You'll find some lower-priced items. And that's a good way to start your Genesis career if you haven't already started the traditional part. Now, I'm going to bring Hitesh out here to talk about the shipping part, because eventually in negotiating with Alibaba, you get down to the shipping, and sometimes when you hear the number, it's a bit shocking unless you price it out per piece. Like I have something ordered that's going to be, it's a $9,000 order, and shipping on it from DHL was $18,000, which we didn't go the DHL Express route for obvious reasons. But even at that, I would have been at $27 a unit, and it sells for $89. I could still make it with an $18,000 DHL bill, but Hitesh was able to knock that down to, I forget the number, $2,400 or something like that. And he's going to explain to you now exactly how he did that and the awesome stuff he did for all you guys. So go ahead.
All right. Well, okay, we'll actually come to a summary of Genesis in a little bit when we talk about Amazon and actually selling stuff. Let me explain how the shipping is going to work. So the first thing we did is we went out there and tried to set up. Some of you who have seen this on Facebook, you might have remembered that there was this picture that I posted of an 800,000 square foot warehouse where essentially almost all the shipments coming into India in New Delhi area go through that one place. So what we were able to negotiate was basically this. When you start going through the shipping process, there's a lot of stuff that you're not aware of. Okay, there's stuff coming in. You have to actually organize somebody to pick up the stuff, pack it in an appropriate way, load it onto the port where it's going to be leaving from. Then it's shipped all the way over to the port where it'll be received. Over there, it's unloaded, it's checked, there's customs and duty stuff to be done over there, and then it is trucked over to a location where you actually want the products to be left. Okay, so that's a lot of organization, that's a lot of stuff that each individually costs more money when you try to do it yourself. So what we were able to do is organize a system where you will simply place the order and submit the order on DS Domination. Then our people will basically pick up the items in China, pack them all up, load them up, inspect them, send them off from the port, receive them at the US port, unload them over there, check them again, take care of all the customs and duties on your behalf. They just tell you what you actually owe. You will then unload all of that stuff. They will take that, load it into the trucks, and truck it over to wherever in the US the order is actually supposed to go. That's pretty awesome, right? Sounds great. It gets a little bit better because what you begin realizing is the bigger your size of shipment is, the better your rate is. So in Roger's case, for example, we were looking at this one item that we're bringing in. It's 1,000 pieces of something, and it's going to be 24 CBM, which is basically the cubic meter volume of it. And what we basically realized is this is going to be a 20-foot container. That's what we call a half container. Now that's going to cost us, with all those things that I just mentioned, everything including, that's going to be like $2,486 compared to what DHL quoted them. But here's the thing. If I also was ordering half a container worth of stuff, if we clubbed them together and we shipped them in a large container instead, now we actually save 40% more on top of that, okay? Because shipping a large full container is actually much cheaper, relatively speaking, than shipping half containers is. So when users in Genesis place all these orders in DS Domination, our people will actually take all of them together, order all those items, and organize all of them, make sure that we get the best rate possible by clubbing them together, unload them at the port in US, take them apart, put them in individual packages for individual orders, and then ship them over to the final destination of those individual locations. So for example, Roger orders something that's half a container worth that's supposed to go in LA, and I order half a container worth that's supposed to go somewhere in Texas, and they'll actually take them apart at the port and send his shipment over to LA, my shipment over to Texas, and we will be able to both save a lot of money on that. So that is what is coming with DS Domination's clubbed shipping option, all for you guys, free of charge.
Well, that's awesome, Mitesh, and I'm sure everybody screaming appreciates that. How will they know the code to give them? When will the video go up on this and everything else, so they know exactly the system when they're in chat with the Alibaba Knights?
Yes, so we are actually we already are in the process of placing our order with them, and we're actually going to record a video showing you guys exactly what information we're going to send in and exactly what stuff you need to do. We'll actually record the live order as we're doing it, and so you guys will have all of that information for you within the next week. Okay, so, and you guys will you will probably need about the next week to find your items and get everything situated and so on. So I don't think that's going to mess with any of your plans.
Great. And also, right now, you guys have a temporary place to ship into if you're international. A video describing that, which is in Tennessee. But since we already have to set up a customer return center for eBay, where people, with their new eBay rules coming out, you don't process many returns. But for the international folks, if they're over in Japan, say, and a customer wants to do a return, it's going to process automatically, and if it's a Japanese address, it could be chaotic. So we're setting up a return center for people here where your eBay customers can return them, and we'll facilitate the return into overstock, et cetera, for the eBay customers. So we already have to have a fulfillment center. So international folks are going to be able to follow the same process and just get it literally shipped to either myself or a business partner of ours in Houston, which we're just debating which is the best ports to ship into and stuff like that, and then we'll have that out there for you guys. Okay. Now, one of the other things I wanted to cover is when you're in the chat back and forth with these folks right here, a couple things that I want you guys to know. One, if you've been through this and you ask a price, it seems like they disappear. It's like 15 minutes, or sometimes I'll get to the punchline of ordering and they'll disappear. And it's like, hey, what happened? Oh, we just had a run out. Well, the way it works is there's factories in China, and the factories don't want to deal with Alibaba, and they don't want to deal with customers. They're just machines, and they want to build out product. Most people on here are second and third tier, so when I get to the punchline on this snoring device, they have to reach out to the factory and get hey, I can get you 500 of these. Yes, I can get them in 2 weeks. Yes, da-da-da-da. They have to negotiate all of this with the factory. So when you see them disappear, that's one of the reasons why. Now, we have an amazing team of people out in California in DS Domination, and one of them is David Locke, who's Jim Chow's brother. And David will actually be going over to Shenzhen, China, which is the major manufacturing place, in August. And he's going to be working with his family to be able to go in and check on the factories and all of this stuff for you. I'll be right behind him going in September with some people over to China to go through factories and get reliabilities and the lie of the land and better communications for all of us going forward. In the meantime, one of the processes that you guys might have encountered is when you get a sample. And it's a bit frustrating. Here's what happens. You order, you're going to order $9,000 of the product like I did. Well, I should phrase that differently. You're not going to order whatever you want. But let's say you're going to do a $9,000 order or an expensive order, a $1,000 order, or a $2,000 order, and you want to get a sample. Well, this particular order that I'm working on right now, the sample was $160 to get it sent DHL. And I was like, geez, that's expensive, $160. Or you order something light and it'll be like $60, $70. It's a bit frustrating. You're like, I guess I got to do it because I'm going to spend $9,000. I might as well get the $160 sample. So I get the $160 sample, and I look at it. I'm like, okay, it's awesome. I don't want these myself though, so I give it away to a daycare. Okay, so kind of a waste of money. So what we have in place for you guys, let me just look up the domain for you, is we have a gentleman over in China that will actually take your items. He'll take 3 of your items that you send him, and he will shoot a video for you. He will get on Skype with you. His wife is Chinese, so I actually had a vendor call his wife and everything else. So they'll get on Skype, show you your product via live screen, sharing on Skype, record it, everything else, show you exactly what's going on. And he does that for $99 for 2 items. Or, I'm sorry, 3 items. And I want to show you the website so you guys, if you want to jot it down, and when you want to go for examples, if it's too expensive to ship to yourself or you don't want to wait, you don't have to send all 3 at once. You just kind of have like a little credit system, and you can order 1 and send it over to them, then a second one, a third one, or whatever. But it's entirely up to you if you want to go samples. I just thought if I was going to spend $9,000, I want to get a sample. So the knife sharpener would have been about $40, $45, believe it or not, to ship it DHL to me. So I just I didn't want to wait. So I just reached out to this gentleman. He said, well, why don't I set up a site for people? And if you want to jot that down, I'll go over here right now and show you what you do. So this is Mike on the top right, and this is his wife, Kelly, and they'll go over and they'll spec items. They'll shoot you a video. They'll communicate with you. I know them very well. They're definitely in China. They're definitely not biased. They're definitely going to do cool things for you. Now, Alibaba does have inspectors on it, but they charge at least $100 to $200 for 1 item, and there's murmur that some of the people on Alibaba inspection service is in bed with a lot of the producers and stuff like that, so you don't want to deal with that. So it's MK, I don't know, Hitesh, can you shoot this URL out to folks, or you want me to open a Paint?
Yes, I can. Actually, just copy that and drop it in the chat box. On the right is the chat box, and you just say all in, yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I was going to have you do that. I know how to do it. So guys, if you want that, that'll help you guys and save you guys some time and money, and we'll be using that at least until David gets over there to China and I'm in China and stuff like that, sorting through some different things. So does anybody have any questions about Alibaba? Because I'm going to move on to Amazon listings here in a second, and sourcing from Alibaba and anything that you've encountered that you guys need. I'm going to look for, like, obviously going to be a lot of questions. I'm going to look for a major theme here. How important is the response rate in Alibaba? It's just it's a waste of your time. It's not like the seller's bad or anything, but you know, if you go to a 10% response rate, 90% of the time you're not going to respond, so you've wasted your time. But I don't really pay it any credence. Okay. Yes, when you go to Alibaba, you do click all of the 3 buttons at the top. Somebody said I didn't see you do that. Some of this is beyond the training that's in your back office. This is to enhance the training in your back office. Okay. It's going fast. I should just wait. Any way to contact manufacturers? Manufacturers don't want to deal with you, but we're going to try and get into the manufacturers when we get over to China. But that's the reason Alibaba exists. They don't want to talk to you. You have to build relationships on the ground there, okay? What if they're not all 3 and not escrow? I've been pretty comfortable if they're not escrow and stuff like that. And you want to talk, if you guys want to be comfortable with it or more comfortable, call your credit card company and just tell them exactly what you're about to do. I'm about to spend $2,000 in product here, and if it arrives and it's broken, what's my protection? If it doesn't arrive, what's my protection? If it what's my protection? Call PayPal, what's my protection? And after that, I felt pretty confident. I would almost practically send them cash at this point, but don't do that. That's just a joke. But your credit card company, the final defense, has you very protected. But call, please, okay? Can you negotiate the MOQ, minimum order quantity, even if it shows 5,000? Yeah, absolutely. And when you go to negotiate, they're going to say, if they say no, just leave. Just say, okay, thank you anyway, and then all of a sudden they'll be ready to negotiate. So sometimes they're just going to come back and say no. But be nice about it, and if it's 5,000, don't say, can I get 50, okay? They're always willing to sell to you a smaller amount, all right? Awesome. What does assess supplier mean? When you hover over assess supplier, I believe it says it right on the site. One of them is they've gone out to the site, Alibaba has, checked all of their IDs and everything else. The other one is they've sent a third-party company out. I might have them backwards, okay? My contact in China wanted a wire transfer. Big no. Definitely not a wire transfer for sure. That's just throwing money away. Are you planning on importing items other than from China? Hey Tesh, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yep, sure. So actually, your process will not be different at all compared to anybody in the U.S. because you will actually have a fulfillment location in the U.S. that you will be given. So what you guys will do is, let's say you're in Australia. You're going to place your order from Alibaba or wherever you're sourcing the items from, and you will submit the information within DS Domination, and you will receive a quote on this is what it'll cost, all the other stuff involved. The item will go from you guys, from your source to the US location, wherever you actually want it sent, which if you don't have a location US, will be our fulfillment center that we will be giving you the address for, okay? That will go to the fulfillment center, and from the fulfillment center, it'll be sent to FBA, and that's where it'll be.
I think the other
instead of shipping the items.
I think the other part of the question, you were cutting out a little bit too. I thought you stopped. I think the other part of the question is they're wondering, can we source from India? Can we source from Pakistan and bring stuff into the U.S.?
You can source. Okay. You can source from any place in the world, and you can actually ship to almost any place in the world, which is something that we are going to be teaching down the road, which is international Genesis stuff, which is selling in other locations. But you will actually be able to source from anywhere, ship to anywhere. All that information you will fill out when you place the order. Within DS Domination, you're going to go in and you're going to fill out a form and say, I'm sourcing an item. This is the location I'm sourcing it from. Here's what the item is. Here's what the weight of the, all of that information will be given to you by the person who is, I'm 1,000 pieces of this thing. It's going to weigh 3,000 kilograms. It's going to be 31 CBM, and that's it. It's just be the details on that. And then you'll receive a code on it saying this is exactly what's going to cost, including the customs clearance, trucking, and so on and so forth. And that's all you have to do.
Yeah, it'll be a layup for you. I know a test cut out there. We'll have it all on video for you. Just cut out for just a second. The other part, somebody just asked, how soon will the fulfillment center be set up? I'll put it to you this way. In 3 weeks or so, just a little over 3 weeks, I have to be able to accept international customer returns. If there's an international customer return through the eBay process, it has to go somewhere and be sent back to Overstock on behalf of the internationals. So it has to be done in 3 weeks, or else you're going to be shipping your product to my home. Okay, so full court press getting it done in 3 weeks, and you know, we're back and forth talking about it, and we have it dialed in and stuff like that. But it has to be done in 3 weeks, or you're going to be shipping products to my home, and I'm not really interested in that. So 3 weeks I've put as the maximum. That okay. Let's see. What are the costs to us for shipping from DSD shipment center to warehouse? We're not interested in making money on shipping from the DSD warehouse to to Amazon. We're not interested in piggybacking and making money off that at all. We will have like $10 an hour employees that'll put stickers on and stuff like that. So I don't know the exact cost, but it'll be whatever it normally is for $10 an hour employees to put stickers on your boxes and things like that.
Yeah, let me put it this way. Whatever the cost will be to you guys out of this shipping center is going to be drastically lower than what you would do yourself or you would get with DHL Express or something like that. That's the whole point of doing it. You're not doing it because it's going to make us millions of dollars. You're doing it because we know it's going to save a lot of money for all of our Genesis users. That's the only reason for doing that.
Yeah, and believe me, when we're talking about it, I absolutely do not want to get in my car and go to a warehouse with no air conditioning and stuff, no matter how much I would make. So we're not making any money, and we're looking to hire people to do it. So no money made. So it should be very inexpensive for you. Do you require for us to go through your shipping hub in order to FBA for us? What exactly does that mean, Tesh? Do you require us?
Could you say that again?
Do you require us to go through your shipping hub in order to do to?
No. You're not required for anything.
Yeah.
We are just giving you another option, which we think will be a far better option because you'll be able to get bulk rates. Because you'll be working with somebody who actually is getting bulk shipments in, you'll be able to get bulk rates, and that will save you guys a lot of money. That's the only point here. Now, you might, for example, find somebody in the US. Okay, I'll give you guys a very simple example. Let's say you go down the street and there is a knick-knack little shop, and the shop is going to go out of business, and they're like, we're just going to sell everything. So you walk in, you're like, listen, give me 80% off, I'll buy everything. Okay, so you walk in, you buy everything at 80% off. Okay, and I actually know people who do this. So you buy everything at 80% off, and you send all of that stuff into Amazon. There is no special shipment process at all. The only place where the whole shipment thing gets involved is when you're shipping internationally. And then you have all this paperwork to deal with, and you have customs and taxes to deal with, and you have to deal with these things called THC and whatnot, which a lot of this stuff you guys won't even understand or want to know about, okay? So you'll be able to bring that stuff in from international shipments. We will organize all of that for you and get that sent into FBA on your behalf. So if you're not in the US, this is great for you. If you are in the US, it's still great for you. And if you require shipping of any sort, this is great for you. But you don't have to use it. It is just a thing to make your life easier. It's like this. We have tools in DSD to make it easy for you to find products to drop ship. But you can drop ship by just going to sites yourself and not using the tools. It's the same thing. This is just another tool for you guys to make it easier for you, okay?
Yeah, one thing you will have to face though is even if you are in the U.S., if you're going in DHL, it can be expensive unless you get a super lightweight item. And I've seen items that I could do DHL, like the knife sharpeners and stuff like that. If you are going freight, it's going to end up at a port. Okay, so you can Google any port of LA, freight forwarding, port of LA, wherever port's closest to you. And there will be a shipping company they'll get it from that port to your house, okay? Or you can go through the fulfillment center, whatever you guys want to do. We were just as happy. Nothing came to the fulfillment center. We didn't open a fulfillment center, but we have to. So that's that. What we're going to do is we're going to move on, and I know there's a ton of questions on this, and I will not leave this webinar till every question's answered, okay? It's too important to get this and get everything going. But I'm going to go on to a different topic, but there's still a lot of questions to be answered on here. But I'm going to come back, and we'll cover every single question until 1 a.m. if you guys want us to, okay?
Hey, Raj, give me a second, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the screen for a second to actually walk through a couple of things, because I think there are some quick things that people didn't quite get earlier, not from what you were saying, but didn't get overall. So I just want to explain that quickly.
Okay. And after you do that, Hitesh, can you go into the app discussion, and then when we come back,
that's actually one of the things. Okay. Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I was going to address too. So.
Awesome.
Okay, can everybody see my screen? It's the infamous paint. So if you can see that, that would be great. Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. So here are basically the 4 steps for making a ridiculous amount of money with Genesis. Okay. This is all it is. You're going to find an item with a lot of demand. You're going to source it for profit. And you can do it with monopoly style, which is what Roger showed in the beginning, which is you go to eBay, you find the same item, or you go somewhere else within the US, and you can sell it on Amazon. Amazon isn't always the cheapest price, so you can just do that. You're going to list it on Amazon, and you're going to rank it for the relevant keywords and gain sales rank to make a bunch of money. Okay, that's it in a nutshell. Now, the problem is, how do you exactly do this? It's in the details. So I'm going to walk you through the details of each one of these steps, not the step 3 and 4, because we're going to discuss that in a second, but I'm going to walk you through the first 2 steps. So first of all, how do we find an item in demand? Well, Ron showed you some of that. You go to Alibaba and stuff, and you run through that. It's pretty straightforward. I have a software that I'll show you guys to do that automatically as well. But another option for you guys is using the app. Okay. Now, what I found is a lot of users are using the app from DST the same way they're using the app from, let's say, ScanPower or something like that. Okay, and it's really not. So let me walk you guys through it. Actually, the steps are given here in a somewhat humorous fashion. So if you guys want, you can read these right here. But here's what you're going to do with the app. When you go with the app and scan an item, you're going to see 3 things. You're going to see the profit, okay, if there is a profit. Then you're going to see a donut or donuts, and you're going to see a unicorn head, okay? Here's what that basically means for you. This is basically Genesis simplified. If you find an item that has profit on it and that's it, you're going to buy one of those and send it in and hope that it sells. If you see donuts, that means you're going to buy a baker's dozen of them. Basically, you're going to buy as many donuts, as many of those as many donuts as Roger would buy if he was there. That's the whole idea there. Basically, buy all of the ones they have and ship them in for FBA, because this thing is going to sell. If you see a unicorn head, it doesn't matter if the product is profitable or not. That means this is something that has huge demand, and if you can source it for cheap, you'll be able to make a lot of money. Okay, so you see a unicorn head, that means definitely look into sourcing it. So go and study traditional Genesis to see if you can use this particular item with this, okay? So that's what the app does for you as well. The app is not just let me scan and see what I can do with it. It's also going to tell you if this particular item should be sourced and then traditional Genesis with, if you should be trying to source a lot of them at the same time, if you should just buy everything that you see right now, or if you just send it in and test out and see what happens with that. Okay, so it's going to do that for you as well. So that's one of your options for finding the items. Now you found the item. What are you going to do with it? How am I exactly going to source it? Well, Roger just showed you guys that, which is you can go to Alibaba. I'm actually going to use some diagrams for this part. So here you are. Okay, and here are the manufacturers. These back here are the actual manufacturers. It doesn't matter if they're in China, in Pakistan, in India, in Nigeria, wherever they are. And this is your sourcing website. It could be Coal Imports, it could be Alibaba, it could be basically any website that you're using or any location that you're using where they're going to be sourced from. The manufacturers are connected over here. Okay, these guys are basically the place where all the manufacturers or their third-party marketers are showing their items. Now you're going to grab the item from here, and you need a place to ship it to. Okay, so let's say that this is in China. So your location for this is China. That is your, we're going to call it export location. It's not exactly import-export, but we're going to call it your export location. Okay, so this is where it is being exported from. This is your export location. From here, we need a place to send it to. Now, for you guys, what you will do is you will go to DST, and in this case, DST is going to be the place where you are going to get the details on a fulfillment location or your own address. So you need to give them an address. Where do we send this item? Okay, so you bought 1,000 of these unicorn items. Where do we send this? And you're going to either tell them your own warehouse or your own house or your own location where you want it sent, or you give them the DST fulfillment center if you're not in the US or you just don't want the hassle. Okay, so fulfillment center or your location, okay, warehouse or whatever. All right, so easy peasy so far. We've given them the address. Now what's going to happen? Now our guys are going to pick up this item in China. They're going to package it into those cargo holds, and they are going to actually bring them over to the nearest port or the most cost-effective port for this location, the location that you supplied. Let's say that you supply the location of LA. You live in LA, you want the items sent to LA. They're going to get this item, they're going to ship it over to the LA port. And at the LA port, they're going to go ahead and take care of all the unloading, the customs, the stickers and all that stuff that needs to be put on to show the item has been inspected. And then they're going to truck the item. They're going to load into a truck. They're going to truck the item to your final location, which could be your warehouse, your house, our fulfillment center, or even the FBA location directly. Okay, it can be any of those things if you want to make it work. Now, a question is going to pop in your head. What happens if we want to put a different sticker on, we want to change the logo on, and so on? You have two options. Step one, you can do it before it leaves China. Okay, so there are locations in China where you can get it done. So there's this place here, in this area here, you can get it done here. Before it leaves China, you can get your own logos done. Or what we are trying to work out for you guys, and Roger will confirm this, but once it comes to our fulfillment center, we're going to be hiring people who'll just sticker the things for you in the fulfillment center and so on. Okay, so then your other option is to truck it to our fulfillment center where it will get all the stickers and stuff on it, and from there it's going to go to Amazon's FBA warehouses. Okay, so the whole idea behind the whole DST shipping side of things is that you don't have to deal with all of this stuff. All of this is going to be handled by the DST staff, by our staff and what we are setting up for you, instead of you having to deal with all of these things. Okay, so your job is just going to be find the item with demand, source the item profitably, and fill out the form on DST. Okay, then all you have to do is make sure the item is listed on Amazon, or you're going to list it on Amazon if it's not listed right now. You're going to put it up on Amazon to sell. Now, there's all sorts of stuff you're going to go over with Amazon ranking specifically. But one of the first things you guys will want to do is, after you have listed your item, you're going to want to go inside DS Domination. You're going to go to Genesis and go to Genesis Traditional 3, and you're going to find a link there to launch your product, your Genesis product. Doesn't matter, unlimited products. You're going to source 12 items, you can launch those 12 items. So you're going to go over here, you're going to add your product in, I need to log back in. Let's go down here again. And there you go, you're going to add your product. You're just going to put your product's title, your product description, and the ASIN from Amazon of your item. You're going to submit it. That's it. Okay, now I'm going to explain exactly what's going to happen here after we have discussed the Amazon stuff. Okay, so if we forget, remind me to tell you what happens when we launch your product from this particular panel. Okay, so that's basically what you do. You're going to source the item. We'll handle all the shipping and all that stuff. You're going to list it on Amazon, and then you're going to submit this to DST. Okay, submit to DST. That's it. And I'm unfortunately sitting in a very weird location right now, so I can't write with my mouse quite as well as I usually can. But you're just going to submit it to DST. That's all you're going to do. Now we're going to actually discuss how you can rank these items and drive insane amounts of sale to them. Okay, so now is everything clear up until this moment? Because we don't want to go into how you're going to rank and sell a bunch of items without you guys being concerned about it. Oh, and the question about when will the launch thing be ready? It's ready right now. Kevin just replaced the hyphens with underscores, so that's all it is. I'm just going to fix the link in the background, and we will be good to go. Okay. So, Raj, do you want to begin the Amazon ranking?
Yeah, send it over. I'm just going to do one thing really quick. Can you send me the screen, and then I'll go into that.
I have sent you the screen, not with DHL.
Okay, awesome, guys. So when you go through this type of stuff, there's, you know, it's like anything where it's a little bit of process, and then when you complete it once, you're like, you know, Band-Aid off. That wasn't that bad. But when there's any type of blind spot or hindrance, there's a million different reasons to stop the process every single day. And this isn't lightning fast, copy and paste, boom, you're good to go. But there is massive, massive money, tens of thousands to millions of dollars a year at stake if you can complete the process. Okay, so this is the reason it's more expensive. You're the cream of the crop. You've gone through it. You've made the money already, or you trust in Genesis. You understand the big picture. This is your own business. Okay. I don't know if this is the exact one here. No, here it is right here. I don't know if this is the person I ordered from, is what I mean. Okay. So it comes packed like this, okay? This is what it normally comes. If you just order it straight, it's going to come like that. So if you look at where the word safety is in the top left, this person simply had that altered up there, okay? And just said, hey, I want to have this logo, and just sent him some images, and they came back and said, how does this look? And he said, okay. So he had it sent to him like this. Well, we hated that packaging, so we came up with better packaging, all right? So when I talked to them on Alibaba to create the packaging we wanted a certain type of box for it to come in. And they said, okay, it'll be 14 days to create that box. I didn't want to wait 14 days, so I had these shipped to me in this plastic bubble stuff. So when it arrives to me, it's going to come looking like this, which means I have to cut these all open and put them in the box that I like. You might have similar thoughts like that, so you'll have reason to order boxes, or you'll have things to do while you're waiting for your product to arrive. One of the things to do is to possibly order boxes or order labels. And what I mean by labels is, since I'm doing the boxes on my end myself, I'm going to need to put a sticker on them or something like that, right? So what I was able to do was send my logo into a sticker place. Then they could take my logo. Okay, I created a logo. Let's say my logo's X. I contacted a sticker place. I sent them a picture of my logo, and now I'm getting sheets of stickers with X on it. Okay? So now I have all these stickers with my logo on it. I'm then going to take my boxes that are sitting in front of me right now, after I draw a terrible pink one. Okay, that's my terrible pink one. And I'm going to take a sticker, and I'm going to put on the outside of my box with my logo. Okay? So I'm going to have a box with my logo on it. The ones that I ordered from here, I already sent them my logo. Remember, you upload the file when you're ordering. So my knife sharpeners will have my logo on it. My boxes won't have a logo on it because I ordered them separately. I'll simply put a sticker on it. All right? Good. Now you can go out. I'll put some places on the back office for you guys, but you can easily go out and type in something on Google like logo stickers. And they're all over the place. It's the same. Just, hey, Vistaprint, for example, send us your logo and we'll make you stickers. They're 20 cents each. Same thing with boxes, okay? You can just Google it, send us your boxes, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're international and you're setting a fulfillment center and you want to take this route, you want a specific box, just order it and send it to the facility, our fulfillment center, okay? So let's say you ordered this knife sharpener, and I got to change the pen color. I can't handle it. Pen, choose pen color. Let's go all black. Okay. So we got a big old shipping facility center. I'm in there sitting on a chair, sweating like crazy, waiting for your product to arrive because it's hot because Hitesh is cheap and bought a cheap fulfillment center with no air conditioning, and here I am sitting here, and I get to be skinny in this picture because Hitesh isn't here to pick on me, and I'm waiting for your product to arrive, all right? And let's say you're in the UK, and you've ordered your product. Knock, 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 Roger. Here's a bunch of boxes from the UK. Awesome. And we'll have some communication way for you guys so I know that there's stickers coming from this, okay? You'll get an email. Hey, your boxes came in, James. Awesome. Hey, Roger, I'm just waiting on the stickers to arrive. I ordered them from Vistaprint. Here's the tracking number. They should be there Wednesday. Cool. I wait. Your boxes sit on the side there, and then all of a sudden your little stickers arrive. Stickers. Awesome. And then another case arrives, and your case has all these boxes you ordered. We're going to take all your items here, put them in your little individual boxes, put the stickers on them, send it in to Amazon. Okay? Done. Piece of cake. Everybody love that? Everybody cool with that except for Hitesh not ordering air conditioning for me and making me suffer? I'm going on your inspiration, guys. I did a 5-hour webinar until 1 o'clock in the morning. Keep me going before my throat dies. Awesome. Keep going, sweet. Love it. It's that simplistic. Okay, cool. There. I also put up the 1-hour logo site that's $19 if you guys want to use that. You can also use a site if you got time and you're not impatient like me. And I always spelled this wrong, so I'm going to go and grab it. fiverr.com. These guys will also create your logos. Usually they take a day or two, though, okay? Fiverr.com, and that's in the training. Boom. So there. Logos, 1 to 3 days. Okay? Sweet. Ordering a product. Now, it's time to talk about optimizing selling a product. And this is where the money's made. So, really, there's 3 factors into selling a product and selling a lot of them. One is sales, and I'll explain that in a second. The second one is reviews. And the third one is Amazon, what's called PPC, which stands for pay per click. Okay. Sales. I'll bring you over to the tests that we've been testing on right here. Silicone teacups. Silicone molds. If I type in silicone, the top word to go with silicone is silicone molds. There's my product in the #1 position, okay? Test product. Not interested in making money on it, but that's the keyword I went after, silicone molds. Boom, right here, #1 position. This is currently ranked 9,755. After I ran my test, it was ranked #1 in pastry molds and #15 in kitchen and dining, okay? If it was a good product at all, once I got it ranked to 15 in kitchen and dining and had the right keywords, I would have sold about 1,500 a day, okay? Doing what I did. I would have sold 1,500 a day, but it's a lousy product, and here's why it's a lousy product. If you're typing in silicone molds, which is my keyword, on Amazon, you're looking to make 12 muffins or something like that. You're not looking for pink teacups for a little girl's tea party, okay? Also, I'm usually ranked for pink teacups. Now, my Canadian folks and UK folks, probably my UK folks will pick on me, but in Canada we drink red rose tea. And it's probably like a crappy commercial brand in the UK when I say this, because people that are typing in pink teacups on Amazon, they're looking for dainty China teacups to have tea with, right? Or buy grandma something. So they're not looking for what's there. So it's a lousy keyword. But when I sold, I mocked sales of 75 items an hour for 2 hours, okay? I basically gave them away, and that's not what your guys are going to have to do. But when I did that, I only got up to 15 in kitchen and dining, okay? So 75 sales an hour times 24 comes out to like 1,600 or something like that. That's how I know I would sell 1,600 a day if I had a good item that was ranked #15 in kitchen, okay? How would you like to sell 1,600 of an item a day and make $1 an item, for example, or $5 an item, or whatever? Well, here's the great news. You guys can all do that. You guys can all do that. If you have an item where you have unlimited people looking at it and can sell, and they're willing to buy thousands of them a day, we can get you to that spot, because the formula, as I go through it, is completely simplistic. So the first thing you're going to want to do once you get your listing up, so your product is on the way from China, and you'll learn in the training, and apparently I didn't put up a how to list your product video up there in the Genesis section because I had it in the Monopoly section, so I will add that. But as your product's on the way from China, the Chinese will generally give you an image to start with, okay? And you don't need much of an image. So here's an image. that we took for this right here. That's what our picture looked like from our camera, okay? That's a pretty good image. The image doesn't have to be spectacular because we ran it through a 3D rendering, and now it looks like that, all right? $5, okay? And that's not even a great one, $5. So you can start with any image, and you're going to do what's called a 3D rendering. This is all in the training, and get an awesome image. So your product's on the way from China, and the folks in China give you a picture to start with. You take the picture over here, you type in 3D rendering, and folks will come up for $5. They'll do a 3D rendering for you and give you a really cool picture. And this is so important, okay? When I show you this picture, you're all going to be thirsty all of a sudden. And I'm going to show you the psychology on Amazon with people buying things from you. But when I say the word psychology, you're going to think, okay, if it's not gray enough or green enough or blue enough or red enough, I'm not going to get those 1,500 million sales a day. Nope, nothing to do with it. But you want an awesome picture. Here's what your picture is going to look like when you do a 3D rendering from somebody that's good. Look at that bottle of beer, okay? That picture you cannot take with your camera. So for $5, China gives you a picture, you got $5, and you're going to turn around and get a really cool image from that, all right? Now, before I forget, I'm going to go off track for a second because I was looking at that bottle of beer. I just thought of something that I should have put in here earlier, okay? So bear with me for a second. mkutltraininspectors.com. This site right here, you're going to want to write down. Let me spell it out for you. Okay, go away, home. mkutltrain spectors.com. Okay. Go ahead and write that down. I'm going to tell you what that's for. mkutltrain spectors.com. Okay, write that down. What that is for is when you go to order your product from China, like I'll give you an example. I have a product that I ordered. My cost is $9,000 plus $3,000 shipping. Okay? Now, when I went to get a sample sent to me, samples come via DHL. And Alibaba, for the most part, the person will send you the sample for free, but the shipping is pricey when you ship DHL, especially if it's a big item. So you'll order something like a bar of soap, and the sample will be $20, all right? But when you start paying, this sample that I got was $160 to ship it to me, which is a drag. And I didn't want to pay it. I didn't want to be like $160 to get a sample sent to me. But when you start considering $9,000 on the line, or $2,000 on the line, or $1,000 on the line, I was just like, I better get the sample. All right, so I got the sample and I gave it away to this daycare facility. Okay, hint, hint of what it is. Anyway, these guys are friends of mine. Well, I haven't met Kelly yet, but Mike's a friend of mine. And Mike lives right near the business district in China, okay? So what Mike has agreed to do, and it's up to you guys, this isn't a forced thing or do it, but it's pretty awesome. When I got one of the knife sharpeners, I actually was going to go with a different one. I sent the sample to Mike. It cost me nothing to send it to Mike. Mike and Kelly then shot a video for me, okay, and I already talked to them on Skype, but they will also communicate with you on Skype. So you can do like a live Skype call, and they can show you, hey, here's your garlic press, guys. I got it. You want to take a look at it? If I push down on it, it's soft. I put some garlic inside of it. It does this, everything else. Also, Kelly, well, they will speak Chinese, but the vendor that I had called Kelly and confirmed the address and set everything up to send it to Kelly, which is super awesome service. Now, these guys, they do very well, but they agreed for $99 they will inspect 3 of your items. So you can take 3. You don't have to do them all at once. You can do them one at a time. Get the address from these guys, and when you're looking at your product, if you're nervous about the quality or something to it, you can order these guys' services, send them a garlic press, send them a slide, send them a whatever, and they'll build it, they'll assemble it, they'll look at it, they'll play with it, and then you can get on Skype with them. They will also send you images to use for Fiverr, because sometimes they're really slow at Alibaba and getting back with the images, basically to help you out with the process of making sure your product is awesome and legitimate, okay? So if you want to use that service, you would go to the site, and I'm certainly using it. But anyway, that's available for you guys. That was just a little backup thing I forgot to do earlier. Okay, now, where were we? Okay, Fiverr logos 1 to 3 days. Okay, so now we have the products on the way, and we have our logo that we got done on Fiverr. Because it's going to take, by afraid it's going to take 30 days to get your product. By DHL, 5 to 7 days, plus they got to make and brand your product. So you're looking at a minimum of 2 weeks, even when you order and stuff like that, so you got some time. So you get an image either through Mike and Kelly with a sample, or from your distributor in Alibaba, and you run it over to Fiverr and you get a 3D rendering, okay? And if you don't know how, you'll learn when I put the new video up there. You're going to put a mock listing up on Amazon. And the mock listing is, it's a real listing just like this one here, but you set your quantity to 0. How many do you have available? 0. So now this listing is complete and ready to go, just nobody can see it but Amazon. You don't need any customers can see it when your quantity is 0. Then when your product gets into Amazon, they'll see your listing, they'll make sure the product that you sent them is your listing. Okay, I can't put up bricks of gold here and then send them comic books and they go, oh, okay, here it is, let's put it here. So they'll check that, and then they'll change your quantity from 0 to whatever, 200. Your listing will go live, and you're in business. All right? Now, the semantics of a listing. The great thing for everybody is Amazon's its own search engine. So you can go ahead and you can change things around and change your title and change your description, change your bullet points, and they love it. The search engines love it. Amazon loves it because they see new, fresh content. So if you change your title, it's fresh content, you're going to get a boost. If you change your bullet points, it's fresh content, you're going to get a boost in exposure, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't have to nail it the first time, okay? You don't have to be a master writer the first time you do it. One sec. Okay. So going back to this formula of sales and reviews and everything else. Sales. You're waiting for your product to arrive to you, okay? So while you're waiting for your product to arrive to you, get, and this isn't rocket science, this is in the training, get 3 reviews, okay? These are non-sale reviews. All the person has to be to leave you this review is an Amazon member, okay? They don't have to buy the product. They can't buy the product. You don't even have the product, okay? But get your 3 reviews set up. I said set up. Make sure your product is at Amazon before you get 3 reviews on here, because you couldn't possibly have a review unless someone is the product's at least on Amazon, okay? So down here at the bottom, write a customer review. So if my product just got into Amazon, they say, Grandma, I got these pink teacups. Aren't these cool? Grandma can come in here and write a customer review. She doesn't have to have bought them, okay? And I want you to get 3 people set up to do that for you, all right? 3 people set up to do that for you. Then you're going to find a couple people to legitimately come in here and buy your item from you. Now you can set the price at whatever you want, okay? You just put your listing up. Hey, it's $3. You change the price to $3. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Listen, I want you to come in here and buy this item from me and check it out. Let me know what you think, okay? Now, your friend Sarah is probably going to leave you a rockin' feedback. She's actually going to buy this for $3. Give her the $3 back, whatever you have to do, but get 2 sales. Now, don't have Sarah come on here and buy these teacups and then leave a review instantly. Sarah has to get the teacups to leave a legitimate review, okay? So you just need a couple people to do that. You can set your price to $1 for 5 minutes if you want to and have it done. So this won't cost you anything except you got to talk to 2 human beings, and I know you don't like doing that, but try it anyway. Awesome. Okay. So that's just the preliminary setup, is a couple sales and a few reviews. Now the big DS domination machine is going to take over, okay? What's going to happen is we're going to launch your product. And I realize the launch link is not back there yet. It should be up early this week. We had to go through this training with everybody for it to make sense, okay? So you're going to launch your product. In launching your product, we're going to turn around and we're going to get this up in the DS Domination back office. We're going to put it on a pro webinar. We're going to do everything for you, okay? And think about this. What, if you've been doing eBay at all, the Pro, the Elite, what have you been doing? You've been coming over to Amazon, taking a product and selling it on eBay for more. We know that works. That's a slam dunk. So if we sell these teacups for $14.95, if I lower the price to $5 for DS members only, well, DS members are probably going to go over to eBay and sell my teacups for $14.95. And after they sell it on eBay, where are they going to order it from? They're going to come back to Amazon and order these teacups, and what am I going to have? Sales, sales, reviews, reviews, sales, 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 to sales, to sales, to sales, to sales, reviews, 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 okay? And you might say, well, how do I set it for DS members only? There'll be a little form to fill out. We'll take care of the rest, okay? You'll have a little coupon code you give us, which will show you how to set up in your Amazon back office, and your coupon code might be XYZ123. Now, DS Domination members can use that coupon code and can get these teacups or your product for $5. What do you care? They cost you $3. So you're only making $2 when a DS Domination member buys it from you, or you might want to drop it to break even or whatever you want to do. But at the same time, it's moving you way up in rank, and then you start getting natural organic traffic, and they buy at full price. Okay? So the whole theory, the whole system to selling only has a few components to it. Sales, okay? We're going to get you sales. You're going to get a couple sales to start. Reviews, we're going to show you how to get reviews, etc. And Amazon pay-per-click. Now, pay-per-click, I realize there's a variety of people on here. And I'm not going to go too in-depth on what pay-per-click is, okay? But I will do a video for you. But know this. Pay-per-click is going to be in your Amazon back office, and it's going to show you how to run ads on Amazon. Here's an ad on Amazon. Here's an example. Garlic peeler. If I'm scrolling through the first page of here and I go down to the bottom, oh, it's not on this page, it's on the right. Sponsored ads, right here on the right side. Sometimes they're on the bottom, sometimes they're on the right. This is a pay-per-click ad. This person right here is selling a garlic press. That's not Amazon. This is a person like you and I selling a garlic press. And they paid Amazon some money to say, hey, anytime somebody types in garlic peeler, show my ad. Now, if I click on this ad right now, that person's going to have to pay per click, okay? So if I click on this right now, this person might have to pay Amazon 30 cents for showing their ad on the right side of the page. From everything we've tested, it is nearly impossible to lose money running pay-per-click. Meaning, if you said, okay, I will pay you 10 cents a click, Amazon, and every time I got some keywords, so when somebody types in garlic peeler, show my ad. Well, and let's say this listing is set up to make $5 after everything's taken in consideration. That's what their profit is when they sell this. Everything we've seen, way before you get to $5 in clicks, you will make a sale on this. Because Amazon is so robust with buyers. Buyers are here on there's no other reason they're on Amazon right now. They're not on here to watch a YouTube video. They're not on here to do a Facebook post. Okay? They're on here purely to buy. And they're on here searching exactly what they want to buy. So if they're going to click on this thing, they see it's a garlic press. They see the price. So if they're going to click and you're going to get charged 10 cents, they're likely going to buy. The only reason they're not going to buy is they click over here and all of a sudden you're an animal killer and you got a decapitated head here or something like that. They're in the mood to buy. They saw the price. They're ready to go. Which brings us to, if your image is awesome and your copy is awesome up here and your bullets are awesome and your description's awesome, you're going to make those sales. And even if it's not awesome, you're going to make those sales. Okay? So if I'm telling you the only factors that determine whether or not you're going to make a bunch of sales are to have some sales in the beginning and some reviews and run some pay-per-click, how can you fail? You cannot fail. Here's what happens. This person here, they want to go out and they want to list this garlic peeler and they want to get to the top and they want to sell 1 million garlic peelers. And it looks like they're doing pretty well. They get a lot of customer reviews. I don't know how many, maybe they're selling 20, 30 a day. They want the same thing that you want. Do you think this person has 100 friends that are willing to go in and buy this from him for $2 and test it and leave a review? No. Do you have 100 friends, for the most part, anybody on this call that's willing to do that for you? No. Does DS Domination have 100 friends? Yes. So what happens if this is a member of DS Domination, I get on a pro webinar and I say, listen guys, here's the deal. And if you're not familiar with DS Domination, Pro is our basic level for $19.95 a month. Tonight, we have a garlic press up for sale. And I show them the garlic press, and I say it is $2.99, and it's regularly $22. How many of them are going to buy your garlic press from you on the? Because I'll tell you, when I put the teacup on my wall, 150 sold in 2 hours, and we had to turn it off. Okay, there's 1,000 people on every pro webinar, 1,000 people on every elite webinar. So how many sales do you think you're going to get? Now this is good for everybody. You ever watch the Oprah show or the whatever, Eleanor, I think that's her name, where they give away stuff? Ellen DeGeneres show, where they give away stuff?
Ellen, yes.
Yeah. Well, how would you like to be on a pro webinar and the webinar starts off with, okay, you can get a $30 garlic press for $3. You can get this knife sharpener for $2. You can get these teacups for $3. Everybody's going to be on the webinar just for the dang 90% discounted prices, so they're going to come over here and buy this like crazy. Do you care? No, because you're going to sell it at the break-even price or maybe a little bit more. So you source this from China. It costs you $2 to get it from China. During the pro webinar, you're going to change the price to $3 so you make a little bit of money. All right, after all your fees, maybe you charge $4. I get on there and I say, boom, garlic press, guys, here's what we're doing. You can get this garlic press. This is available for the next hour. Go get it right now. Boom, you get 86 sales. Okay? You get 86 sales. Or this guy here that knows Mom, Dad, and Uncle Pete and begs them to buy one and has like 2 sales. You're going to have 86 sales. And we're going to talk about, hey, listen, when you get this garlic press, here's the deal. I want you to come back and I want you to give an honest evaluation, honest feedback, stuff like that. And I'm going to show you more tricks to get more feedback. So let me ask you this. If making 1,500 sales a day eventually on Amazon has to do with sales and reviews and Amazon pay-per-click, and that's absolutely it, how can you fail? You can't fail. okay? Because we're going to help you with the sales, we're going to help you with the reviews, and the Amazon pay-per-click, you can drool on yourself and fill in a box once you see the training on that. Boom, done. Whoo, okay. Okay, I'm going to need some excitement there because obviously I got a little Billy Graham on everybody there and got a little bit excited. I don't know how, because I should be good. Is everybody getting this? Need some more excitement. Wake up. Wake up before you go. I'm not planning on going solo. Hey, Tesh didn't show up, though. What a bolo. Okay.
Please, guys, wake up. I don't want to listen to them sing.
Kev, cup of coffee break for me. Grab whatever you want here, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Thanks, bro.
Awesome. So I got some questions that I want to go through. I've been copying them for you guys as we go through. I got one question that says, please help. I made a purchase the other night. The order process didn't go through Alibaba. I think I messed up. They sent a payment request through PayPal. I went and paid it. Did I mess up? That depends on how much you spent. You guys need to be careful if you're ever dealing with companies on Alibaba and you're not going ahead and using escrow, meaning they either don't have it or something happened in this case. It really depends on how big that order was, whether or not you went through PayPal. Now, you're still protected a little bit on PayPal as well, because if for some reason you have an issue with those orders, with that product that comes in, you can easily go to PayPal and say, hey, I didn't get what I asked for. And PayPal will have your back 100%. So keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind in that particular situation. And if that particular situation goes south, hit me up on Facebook. Just send me a Facebook message or hit me up on Skype, and we'll talk about it personally one-on-one. So I just want to toss that out there to the person who asked that. And I want to get back on track real quick. I had to get that out because I see that question a million times from the same person. So I want to make sure that you got it, Josh. Again, hit me up on Skype or hit me up on Facebook, preferably Skype, and we will talk about that. Okay. Now, while Roger was talking about optimizing and selling a product, and he was going through the sales, the reviews, and the Amazon pay-per-click, a lot of questions came in, so I want to address this when it comes to the reviews. The reviews, literally, I want to call upon our DS leaders on this. Okay, so I see a lot of really awesome leaders on this call. All right, there are some amazing leaders that are building huge teams in DS domination. If you are a part of one of these amazing teams, I'm asking the leaders right now, take this into consideration. Make sure that your folks that are selling on Amazon can get in touch with you and help them out with reviews. I mean, we have access to so many people. If you guys could pick that up a little bit for us, that would be beautiful, because to get a review on a product for 3 reviews would be very, very easy. And I want you guys to think about this. If you are in Genesis and you are an affiliate with DS Domination, if you have a downline or if you have an upline, which everyone in here has an upline, their information is posted in your back office on pretty much every page. Give them a call and say, look, I'm getting into this Amazon thing, and can you help me out with some reviews? Do you know anybody who can help me out with some reviews? And I'm sure that your upline would be more than happy to say, well, yeah, we have a team of 500 people. Let me see if anyone's willing to leave that review, okay? And, you know, so this shouldn't be anything to stress about as far as the reviews. And as far as the 3 sales, it shouldn't be anything to stress about either. But at the end of the day, if you can't get those 3 sales for whatever reason, if you live in a hut in Alaska and you're an Eskimo and you don't know anybody and you're doing this, I'm not picking on Eskimos, but let's just say you have nobody. Literally, there's nobody, which I can't believe. But if you're in that position and you can't get those sales, then we'll still launch it for you. But at the end of the day, those sales and those reviews. The reason why Roger pushes those so hard is because it's social proof. Number one, no one's ever the first person to buy a product. You want to make sure that you have some product sold on your belt, because no one's going to come over to your product and be the first person to see whether or not it's good. Typically doesn't happen. We can still do that because we can offer it up to our pro user base of thousands and thousands of people who would be happy to ship your product, especially if you give us a coupon code discount for them. And you're still making a margin. They get to sell a product at a cheaper price. Win-win situation, right? But I want to make sure that you guys know that if you can't get those sales for whatever reason, this process still works. This process still works. But just do what you can to because it's going to put you on a better footing. Raj, it looks like you're back, my friend.
For sure. And guys, go out and get into one of the Facebook groups. Too, you'll certainly be able to contact people there. And don't come at me and ask me where the Facebook group is, because it's go out onto Google and just type in DS Domination Facebook group, or get with your upline, see if they have a Facebook group, etc. And you'd certainly be there, people to help you. Now, besides all of that, now I'm telling you, there's a company out there that charges $4,000 or $5,000 to train you to sell on Amazon, and they have people that are making 6 figures a month. Okay, and theirs is get sales, get reviews, run Amazon pay-per-click. Okay, now we have this Indian guy named Hitesh. If you're new to the company, he's one of the owners. And he is Indian, but he bashes India. he's awesome. Okay, and he's our secret weapon, and I'm going to show you what he can do. So imagine one of the top-selling things on Amazon in health and beauty is Garcinia Cambogia. Okay, now I trained a gentleman from Russia that was living in Florida on eBay 3 years ago for $2,500. He paid. Remember, I told you he charged $2,500 for personal training. Well, this gentleman, he went out and he made a fortune on eBay, still making a fortune on eBay, but he got into selling on Amazon. And his product is on like page 17 of Garcinia Cambogia, for example. And he does 1,500 to 2,000 bottles. I'm sorry. He makes $1,500 to $2,000 a day. He sells 300 to 500 bottles a day of this stuff. Okay. Now, pretty awesome. And he makes about $5 to $6 a bottle on this Garcinia Cambogia. Now, let me ask you, if you could have the #1 position for Garcinia Cambogia, how many sales do you think you would do a day? It's like 5,000 to 6,000. Literally, if you had a product right now and it was Garcinia Cambogia and you're right here, you'd make $100,000 to $200,000 a month at least. Okay? So all of this will get you there. Okay? But we also have Hitesh, the secret weapon. Let me show you an example. Portable flashlight. When I type in portable flashlight, you see this person here, $3.54, 4,851 feedback. Awesome, wow, kaboom. $7.11, 237. 4 feedback, not an FBA seller. Why is this person on page 1? Why is this listing on page 1? You can tell they're not an FBA seller because there's no prime here. They only have 4 feedbacks versus this one has 336. So this item right here is in somebody's garage in somewhere USA, but they're on page 1 in position 3, ahead of this person whose product is at Amazon, making Amazon all warm and fuzzy with a ton of feedbacks. Why is this one right here? That's why that one's right there. It's not Hitesh's product. He just went on and put it there. Okay? So this portable flashlight guy right here, #1, probably making, I don't know, $40,000, $50,000. This person making $40,000, $50,000. This person real freaking happy. Doesn't know what happened. Can you imagine? You're this guy, we don't even know him from Adam. He's like, holy crap, people are starting to buy. Notice he's running out of stock now. Hitesh just did that, okay? And we can't teach how to do that. It's very complicated, but you get it done for you, all right? So think of that Garcinia Cambogia and what Hitesh can do with keywords, and is that exciting? I need to hear from you. Give me something. Don't say anything positive about Hitesh, though, because we don't need that going to him. Yeah, so the big picture here is, with this formula here, Sales. Do we got sales covered, guys? Hey, this is Roger, DS Domination. Welcome to the Pro Webinar. Listen, I got a deal for you. $25 garlic press. It's $2 right now. Hey, also, the people selling it gave me a coupon code. And the coupon code you can use twice, and you can get it for $5. So you can order one for yourself tonight, then go list that garlic press on eBay, sell it for 20 or 30, because that's what it normally costs, and you can use the coupon code and get it for $5. Awesome. How many are you going to make? A ton of sales. Boom, you're up in rank. Hey, when you order that garlic press, by the way, guys, listen, do me a favor. The person selling is a good friend of mine, and leave a review after the garlic press. You got it, and you love it, and you test it. Leave a great review for them. Awesome. Do we have the sales, and do you have the reviews covered? Yes. Okay, Amazon pay-per-click. Here's how easy Amazon pay-per-click is. Okay, I'm going to sell a garlic press. Garlic press. Oops. I'm going to sell a garlic press. What are my keywords? Okay, I'm going to bid on the word garlic press. I'm going to bid on the word garlic press stainless steel. I'm going to bid on the word garlic press pampered chef. I'm going to bid on the word OXO garlic press. I'm going to bid on the word garlic press and slicer. Now let me type in garlic press letter A. Oh, I'm going to bid on the word garlic press and slice. Let me type in the word garlic press letter B. Garlic press books. Nope, that's not me. Garlic press blue. Yep, mine's blue. I'm going to bid on the words garlic press blue. Let me type in garlic press C. Okay, I'm not a Cuisinart. I'm not a chefin. That's not my brand name. Oh, crush screw. Okay, I crush things. I'm a crusher. So I'm going to bid on the words garlic press crusher. Ooh. So, do we have sales and reviews and Amazon pay-per-click covered? Yes, plus secret weapon attached. You guys can make as much money as you really want to make. Okay? Now, it's going to be skewed based on your behavior and your starting. I have no affiliation with Alibaba, so I have no reason other than your success to tell you to go over there and spend $1 million. But obviously, if you start with a pink generic oven mitt and put a sticker on it, you're not going to do a six-figure income. Okay, so if you start with the eBay method I showed you, or some of the American sites that are in there, versus some of the Alibaba sites where you can get product that's cheaper and in bulk and different varieties and stuff like that. It's also going to be deemed by whether or not you follow the process. If you're going to sell tents and sleeping bags because you thought of tents and sleeping bags versus garlic presses, which you probably didn't think of, well, that's going to help you with your success too, okay? And also your listing, the actual physical listing, how you put it up. And remember, you can edit this, so there's no pressure on you. You don't need to sell $1 million tomorrow, but you can edit what I'm going to show you right now. And I'm just going to briefly go over it because I got to cut a video on this because I'm positive the post-it note that you're scribbling on is going to be lost by 90% of you. I'm not picking on you. I just know myself, and I would lose it too. Okay? So garlic press. Part of it is when you're first ordering, you want to look at the screen and maybe get some other people to look too. Your goal is to appear on the first page, okay? So when you look, you see all these people right here. The first thing I look at is the image, and the first thing customer looks at is the image. They're going to see silver, 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 silver. Would it be awesome to have like a pink one or a blue one? Recognize you get pink, you're segregating because most men won't get a pink garlic press, but it would be awesome to have a big color one jumping out right there. Can you get a colored garlic press that's actually steel or whatever, because that seems to sell? Can you get one and get a picture that's going to pop? Okay? If not, can you get an image with some sort of logo in here? Of course you can. Fiverr will do it for you. This person has 100% satisfaction guarantee. That jumps out at you. Now, if all of these had these little logos in there, boom, 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 you want to get an image without a logo in there, because then the one without the logo will pop. Okay? So you're thinking of your image, you're thinking along those lines. Remember, you can mess it up 9 times. You don't have to be an expert. Okay? And we're going to go over things like your title. And how do you do a title? So simple, the same way you do keywords. Your title is going to be garlic press, and then when you type in garlic press, notice the words that are suggested by Amazon. Why are they suggested by Amazon? Because Amazon knows in the past that a customer typed in garlic press also typed in stainless steel. Guess what? That's going to be in your title, okay? You don't have a Pampered Chef one, so you can't put Pampered Chef or OXO or Best. These are brand names, or Xylus or Trudeau. You don't have a slicer, you just have a garlic press, so you can't use those keywords. So your keywords so far for your title are going to be garlic press, stainless steel. Okay, letter A. I don't have an and slicer. Mine is not a peeler as well, so letter B. Oh, mine's blue. Okay, so I'll put blue in my title. Letter C. Mine's not a Cuisinart. Mine's a crusher. Okay, so I got garlic press, stainless steel, blue, crusher. That's how you do your keywords. You're also going to learn something. So this guy's keyword title is terrible. You're also going to learn that Amazon now truncates at 111 characters. Okay? Let me see if I can find a longer title to find you that. 111 characters and what that means for you. And again, I'll do training on this, okay? So I'm not sure if this title is 111 characters, but you guys may have seen in the training, or you may have seen other people's titles where they go all the way through here and here and here and here, and their title fills up all that space. Well, the keywords that they put in their titles are still here. They're just in the background. The customer can't see it. So if they had Elvis Presley written in their title right here, the customer's not going to see it, but when you type in Elvis Presley, this might come up. All right? Now they truncate it at 111 characters, meaning they cut you off at the customer sees up to 111 characters. So in the training, I'm going to teach you what to put for your last few words that will help you make sales. Okay? Because customers look in sections, and they always look at the end of the section. Section 1 is your title. Section 2 is your bullet points. And Section 3 is down below your description. So if they're looking at the end, you want the most powerful thing to be at the end, such as 100% money back guarantee, something like that, okay? If in this bullet points here, they always look at the end first, you're going to want a bullet point that has a call to action on it. Order now, okay? You're going to type more than that, but you're going to end with order now, all right? You're also going to put something in there that says something like order now or look below for more details, okay? And then in the training, we're going to teach you, I'm not doing this tonight because Hitesh does this better, and I want him to show you guys this or do the training on it. So when you're down here and you're writing your product description, people will usually look at the last section. There will be a call to action on this. Consider ordering 2 of these for your friend or something like that, okay? Real simple stuff. Real easy stuff. So now, what do we have? We have sales like the cows come home, okay? Reviews, piece of cake, all right? And I can tell you in the company that's charging $4,000, people are jumping through hoops like no tomorrow to get a review. We're going to get sick of reviews, okay? Because our people on the pro and elite webinars that are buying these and the eBay sales they're making, reviews, okay? People are like, I was talking to one guy from the UK. He makes $1 million a year selling on Amazon. He said he would literally pay $50 for a review on Amazon because he's making so much money. You're making $1 million, $50 is nothing, okay? We're paying nothing for them, and they're virtually unlimited. Sales, reviews, pay-per-click, easy stuff. This is it. This is all you have to do to make really great money. Now, you have to have a good product and stuff like that, but I showed you how to pick a good product, and you know how to check how many products you're going to sell if you've been through the training. Now, and we have this crazy guy, okay? And you just can't miss. You know, it's awesome. Now, I want to set an expectation for you. I want to set like a bare bones expectation. A lot of you guys will go out and make significant retirement, never work again money, and you'll make it on 4 products. Literally, your life will become, and I don't want to exaggerate, your life will become, if you want to, okay, let's go to Aruba. Hey, I have a box of stuff coming in on the 5th of September, so we have to be back by the 5th of September. Okay, let's put the labels and stuff on the box and send it to Amazon. Okay, let's go to Cancun. Okay, I got to be back in November for another shipment, and that'll be your life, okay? And I've seen it many times on like 2 to 4 products. A lot of you guys you'll go soft, and that's cool. I want you to start cautious. I want you to start with like eBay stuff or things that aren't going to like, cheap stuff. What I find is there's a range of folks, okay? And the range of folks, they'll generally order like $1 to $2 type product from China that sells for $10 to $20, okay? And you'll make, you make $2 a sale or something like that. Build that up. That's awesome, okay? Then you might get into higher range products, stuff like that. But you'll just build it up and you'll select a product, you'll make some money, you'll select another product, or you'll blow it out of the water for the first product. But let's say you spent $1,000 on at Alibaba. Okay, that was your total cost, $1,000. And let's say you made $5 on every sale. Okay, your product came in, your total cost was $1,000. Every time you saw one, you made $5, and you made a sale a day. Dude, Roger, Genesis is $997. I'm making $5 a day. What the freak is going on? Right? How much is that a month? 30 times 5 is $150 a month. Okay. Times 6 months, $900, or times a year, $1,800. So you spent $1,000 and you got $1,800 back. In a year, you made 80%. Now, I know we all have loftier goals. We want that big $250,000 a month number I talked about. But if we were in a room and you said, I made 80% this year because of Genesis, I would be elated. Now, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, and over a year you'll make money, but if that's the worst case scenario, if you were a stockbroker and you made 80% of your money over a year, okay? I mean, if you had a crystal ball and you knew whatever you spent, you made 80,000, how much would you spend at Alibaba? 111,000? Whatever. That's not a promotion to spend more money. But some of you will get a slower moving product or something like that, or go cheap, get an oven mitt. That's completely fine. But I want to set expectations that not everybody's going to make $250,000 and pick Garcinia Cambogia coffee and rank it number 1 for it. Okay? But a lot of people are going to make a lot of money. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I probably nearly didn't cover everything. What have we been on here for? What time? For 2 hours. Okay, awesome. So first thing, I want to recap this really quickly, and then I'll go to questions, all right? Because you guys, the process is not instantaneous, and that freaks me out like no tomorrow, because I'm a pit bull at, like, get it done right now. I don't want to wait 27 minutes, let alone 27 days for a product from China. And what happens is, just like a Rocky movie, you get excited, or this presentation, you get excited, or you hear millions of dollars, you hear sales, you get excited, and then it's like, okay, what my product's going to be coming in. And there's nothing going on. Like he said, it's better rock when it gets here, man. And then finally your product arrives. But you have to stay committed. You have to realize that this system over here just absolutely 100% works, okay? You're no different than Amazon.com. You're no different than any seller that's making a fortune on Amazon. In fact, you're better than everything I just said. Amazon.com, where do they get their product from? Mars, the moon, bottom of the ocean, China, okay? They get their product from China, all right? Anybody else doing this? Do they have this guy? No. Do they have unlimited sales through webinars and stuff that I'm doing? Nope. Reviews? Nope. Pay-per-click? Yeah, they can do about the same effort. Okay? It gets even better, but I'm not going to go into that. And this probably, I'll touch on it a little bit. It's kind of exciting for Kevin as well. When we launched DS Domination, the affiliate section in DS Domination only talks about Craigslist ads and Facebook and stuff like that, because we didn't want to overcomplicate things. DS Domination has always been product first. If you joined DS Domination, you didn't even know there's an affiliate program, most of you. And then you're like, well, where's the affiliate? How do I see the affiliate program? I can't even answer that question half the time. We don't even talk about it at all. So we don't talk about the affiliate program. We don't talk about driving traffic to get people to sign up to become an affiliate because we don't want to overcomplicate things. We know people can make money with the product. We're not doing home parties. We're not pushing people. We're not telling you call your mommy, call your daddy, anything like that. Okay, that said, there's never been a call for rock stars Kevin Hokawana and Hitesh to roll out their training on how to get your product noticed, because recognize historically that their training used to be to sell products that were like electrons, okay? How to grow 2 inches in 24 hours, some sort of ebook, some sort of informational product. As they sold those informational products, they rocked it out. Hitesh sold $7 million worth of invisible product last year before DS Domination, or the year before. Kevin sold, I don't know how much, a ton of invisible product, all right? And what happened is he was doing that, and Hitesh was doing that. Google decided they don't like you selling products like that, so they shut down AdWord accounts. Not just theirs, everybody's in the world. It's called the Google slap. Then Craigslist got stringent. Then Facebook, you can't run an ad leading to, like, make money online. You can't do that anymore. But these guys have the optimum skill set because they've already done it. They've sold invisible products, so they're also going to train you how to take your garlic press or your garlic peeler and run Facebook campaigns to it and AdWord campaigns to it and everything else to get human beings to buy it from you. Real legitimate. Remember, this is a real legitimate business. People really do want a garlic press. You're no longer taking the image and putting it on eBay and making a few dollars on it. You've got a dang garlic press that you brand it for $2 that came over from China. It's yours. You're the garlic press guy. You're the garlic press girl. So now it's legitimate. It's a real product. You're going to be able to run advertising to it if you want to do that too. Okay, so calm down. Okay, so selecting a product, we went through that. Yep, we can all do that. Awesome. Use eBay if you got a tight budget. Does everybody have 92 cents? Yep, cool, good to go. All right. Ordering a product, I went through that extensively. The only thing you're missing is where to send it to. We'll have to have it out, just absolutely have to have it out. It's impossible not to have it out, or you're going to be shipping it to my home. My wife's going to kill me, okay? Things to do after ordering, boxes, labels, and stuff like that. I'll put that in the training for you. You know how to get your logo, optimizing, selling a product. This will all be training, but at this point you can at least say, man, these guys got it tight. It makes sense that people on a pro webinar are going to be pretty excited to get 90% off their dang product, so I'm going to get all kinds of sales on that pro webinar. It makes sense that they're going to go out and sell my product for me on eBay because they want cheap products. Think about that knife sharpener. You might be thinking to yourself, well, if all the DS Domination members go out and take that knife sharpener and sell that on eBay, it's going to be so concentrated that no one's going to make any money, so they're not going to do it anymore. Okay, knife sharpener. Ginsu knife sharpener, Henkel's knife sharpener, Cuisinart knife sharpener, scissor sharpener. You can have infinite titles, right? So they're going to be trained to do that when they go out and sell the dang knife sharpener. Okay, before I hyperventilate. Kevo? Kevin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Drink of water.
Good. Breathe, buddy, breathe. That was nuts.
I get a little crazy. Drink of water, grab some questions, and I'll come back and you can read me off the questions. I'll just zip through them, okay?
Let's do this.
Thanks, bro.
I want to address this real quick because I get a lot of people asking about Hitesh's secret weapon, saying, why don't you teach us how he does it? We can't. There's certain things we simply can't teach. Imagine if everyone could do it, no one would be able to do it. So there's certain marketing tactics that we do that we will take to the grave, as in, because if we taught them to the masses, then it would no longer work. It would be inflated. But when we talk about Hitesh's secret weapon and how we go about getting products to page one, know that in your launch that is something we will be doing, okay, to the best of our ability, depending on what product you have. So that when he puts that in the category of optimizing and selling a product, just know that we will be actually doing those things for you on the back end. You don't really have to concern yourself with it. Just know that we have ways to get things to the top of Amazon, and yes, it is fully legal. It's just marketing. It's just marketing and optimization, things of that nature. The launch form will be available in the next 48 hours. So you guys will be able to go in your back office in Genesis Traditional and go ahead and launch. And in fact, we'll kick out an email for you guys and let you know, hey, that it is ready to go. That it is ready to go. So you will have that as well. The Apple iPhone app, we'll talk more about the app in a little bit, but the Apple iPhone app, for those of you who have Apple, we're waiting on Apple right now. Apple is very protective of their members in the sense of they have this small ecosystem that they operate in, and so they take their sweet time on getting apps approved. Could take 4 weeks, could be ready tomorrow, could be another month. We don't know, because Apple said all they tell you is, "Yep, we'll get back to you when it's ready." Right? Google getting it on Android is a lot easier. The problem with getting it on Android, for those of you, if you have an issue with it on your phone and you're using an Android phone, then that's typically because there's 8 million different operating systems that Android works with, and it's impossible to get it to work with everything because you don't know what your user base is going to have until they run into a problem. And then on the app, if it crashes or anything like that, a little thing will pop up saying, do you want to report this to the app creators in Google? And you just let us know. Send it off to us, and we get all those, and we're able to make tweaks to it and updates to it. So if you installed it on your phone and it does not work for any reason at all, report it on the app itself, and we will get that and we will fix that, and then you'll get a notification that an update is ready and you guys will be able to use that. I hear Roger back on. I got a question I really want to ask, Raj. So if you're ready.
I've got 2 seconds on that because I want to cover something really quickly, okay?
All right, actually, before you hop into that, I want to say one more thing about Amazon pay-per-click. When you guys saw Roger sitting there and typing in, the product name, and then he was looking at all the different keywords. When you guys are running pay-per-click, if you're doing pay-per-click on your ads, try out some off-the-wall pay-per-click strategies. And when I say that, I mean if you're selling a cheese grater and it's cheese grater blue 55 is the keyword, and you see, wow, that's a suggestion, that's weird, try that anyway. And if you get a winning keyword that is like seriously winning for you, now might be time to adjust something in your listing to make sure that you're ranking for that particular keyword. So you can use the pay-per-click as a way to really go out there and find keywords that in titles that you weren't using that maybe you can. So if it's working on Amazon pay-per-click and you can rank it in the natural search results for those keywords that you're running the pay-per-click on, go ahead and do that for sure. I try to go ahead and get that knocked out, because there might be nobody on there, but a lot of people searching for it, if that makes sense. And we'll cover that in greater detail when we get into some of this pay-per-click training and things of that nature.
Awesome, and I'm going to show you guys some tricks too, where you're going to go out and you're going to bid on 15 keywords, and then you're going to go out and you're going to find your own ads, and you're going to find the top ad, meaning your ad, one's on page 4, one's on page 6, one's on page 10, one's on page 14, and you're going to pick that one on page 4, and you're going to bid more, and you're going to get page 1. Start making some sales. The ad that's on page 7, bid more, get that up to page 1, etc., etc. We'll talk about all that stuff, but I have a task for you guys before I forget. First, before I talk about the task, on the app, we covered the app in extensivity last night, and Hitesh was on here covering it. Just know for now, everything's awesome. Everything's fixable. It's going into Canada. It's going absolutely everywhere. We're just waiting on Google or Apple to respond for the iPhones. Any little glitches, it's natural in the launch, and just like Kevin said, you report it. And he went over hey, what the unicorn means, what the donut means, buy it, don't buy it, all that stuff. And, hey, if it's not coming up in your area, here's why, here's what you can do with it. He went over everything, and I'll have him cut a video on that because he couldn't be on here. Okay. Now, this is really important. This is super important. I mean, I got to drive this home like some sort of football coach speech, okay, because it's really critical. So if you got any distractions, tackle them, put them in a box. I have kids. I'm just kidding. Turn off the TV, Facebook. This is important. Recognize that you guys are all on here. You paid anywhere from $700 plus an event ticket to $14.99 because you didn't get it when it was $9.99, whatever. and recognize we have an army of 1,000 people on the last call, pretty much 1,000 people on this call. Anytime you have an army, you can get things done. We can build a house, 2,000 of us, in 24 hours, okay? We can take over a village in 20 minutes. We can do whatever with 2,000 people as long as we follow some clear direction. Here's the clear direction. Just me being super vigilant. This is just me being super cautious and super protective of everything. Imagine if I have the pro webinar and there's 1,000 people on there, and I show all these items, and all the pro members go on there, and they buy all these items, and they're your items, and 62 people buy your items, and 38 of them leave you feedback. That's awesome. But then the next webinar, the same 38, 62 people also buy something else, and the same 38 also leave feedback. And the same 62 buy something, and the same 38 leave feedback. This is not any fear that's out there. This is just me thinking ahead. Amazon might say, you know what? Mike has never left feedback. He's bought 500 items on Amazon because he did it to fulfill his eBay orders, right? He's bought 500 items on Amazon. He's never left feedback. And all of a sudden, every time he purchases on a Wednesday night, he leaves a feedback. It looks weird, okay? And this is just me being protective. So I'm going to coach the Pro and Elite members on this Wednesday call to go into their Amazon sold screen or Amazon things that they've bought in the past and leave a few feedback. So literally take like 3 items of random strangers that they bought items from or they bought on Amazon already and leave some feedback so they have a history of leaving feedback. Guess what? You guys are more than likely going to be on a Pro and Elite webinar, and you guys are the leadership, and you guys are the ones that spend money, and we're the army of people. And if we follow this, we're all in here to make ridiculous money with Genesis. If we all do this together and follow and conform, what I want you guys to do is if you've already bought stuff on Amazon in the past, is after this call, hop into your Amazon back office, go to your sold or items you've bought screen, your account, and leave feedback for a few different transactions. That will lay the groundwork with Amazon that you're a feedback lever. So in the past, if you start buying cheap items from somebody because you want a dang garlic press and you go to leave feedback, it doesn't look spectacular, it looks normal, okay? Also, if you want, these top-rated feedback, people that leave feedback on Amazon, you can seek them out. And we'll talk about that in a later video, but if you have somebody that's a top-rated Amazon feedback person and they leave feedback on your item, it has a lot of weight with Amazon, okay? So what do you think happens to them? What do you think happens if I'm a person that's one of the top feedback levers on Amazon? I'm one of the top reviewers. What do you think happens? I would get like 100 emails a day. Hey, Roger, I want to send you my garlic press. Will you take a look at it and leave me a review? Hey, Roger, I want to send you my silicone teacups. Will you take a look at it and leave a review? So if you become a top reviewer, you're going to get free products sent to you by strangers, which is cool. Now, I'm not saying go in there and do 500 reviews right now because that will look a little weird. But if you've purchased stuff from Amazon in the past, go in and leave a few reviews now to lay the groundwork so we don't look a little bit weird when all of a sudden we start leaving feedback for the first time. Does everybody understand that? Everybody understand that? Okay, awesome. Now, does everybody understand that we're humans? And what I mean by that is after I answer 1 hour's worth of questions, we are going to forget to do that, okay? And you guys have forgotten things in the past. I guarantee it. I have forgotten things in the past. So please take a minute to grab a loved one and say, you tell me to leave feedback after this webinar is over. I'll know what it means, but you got to tell me. Or write it on your forehead, or write it on your hand, or get it written down, or you absolutely forget. If you got a pen and paper with all these notes on it, you're going to end this webinar. You're going to go take a break, and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to read those notes later on, and you're going to forget about that leave feedback thing. Get something separate, put it in front of your screen, put it on your forehead, whatever you got to do a leave feedback dance, but remind yourself right now to make sure you do that. It's going to be kind of critical to help everybody out. Remember, we're an army of this force, building a house, taking over a village. We don't have time for, I forgot to bring the taking over the village a weapon, okay? Write it down. Kevin, I'm ready for questions, brother. Read them off.
Real quick, 1 second before we get into questions. I do have some burning questions that we got to ask, but I want to say this. I've had a bunch of people hit me up on Facebook and say, what should I sell? And my question back to them is always, are you selling on eBay right now? And if the answer comes back yes, how are you doing with it? I'm doing good. I'm doing 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 a month. Okay, do you have any lightweight items that you're selling on eBay right now? Yes, I do. Let me see it. I have them show it to me on Amazon. I take a look at it, and then I come back and I say, why are you not sourcing that yourself on Amazon? If you guys are in the pro and you've been working your way up through DS Domination and you're selling on eBay, if you have a product that consistently sells good for you, do what you can to source it yourself. Get it to yourself on Amazon and drop ship it from yourself. There's all kinds of benefits that come along with that. Okay, all kinds of hidden benefits. Roger can talk a little more on that if you'd like, but definitely do that. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Here's a question that I really need to ask. I have 2,500 units on standby, waiting for Amazon to approve the category. Do you talk about getting categories approved first, or how about getting around them needing customer invoices? Does that make sense, Raj?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's two types of sellers on Amazon. You'll see ones like $39.99 a month or something like that, and that pretty much approves you for every category. There still are some really obscure categories plus automotive. So automotive, for one reason or another, Amazon just said, hey, we're going to deal with this one company, and they're going to do all our automotive. So it's tough to get into automotive. But I would recommend, before you place your order and everything else, just to verify it with Amazon. It's not in the training because 99.99% of the time everything goes. But, yeah, just verify it with Amazon, and they'll clear your category for you. And usually if you're trying to do something edgy, like you're trying to get a toy into camping for some reason, and that's the fight you'll fight. Go ahead, next question.
Awesome. And I want to address this too and get your take on this. You weren't here when this question came through, but basically, I mean, we always preach to everyone to use escrow, use escrow, use escrow. But the reality of and we do that because we're very protective of you guys. From day one, we've always said, do pro. When you make money, you make your profits from pro. Now move on to elite. We're big. We really want you to use your profits to move further in everything you're doing here because we want you to make money. Now, having said that, we really talk a lot about using escrow, using escrow, using escrow. But the reality is not all places are going to take escrow. And so some of you are going to be forced to use PayPal at times and make your own decisions on whether or not that's right for you. But there is a level of protection with PayPal. And I'd like to see, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Raj, but if somebody buys, $250 worth of product from an Alibaba source, and 3 weeks later they get it and it's not what they purchased, can they not get their money back?
Yeah, here's what you do. Here's what you do. First of all, the backup behind PayPal is going to be your bank account and your Visa account, okay? Now, I'm not trying to screw over Alibaba or a China seller or anything like that, okay? But if I order that garlic press and it looks just like it did on Alibaba, we sent it to Mike, for example. Mike tested, it was awesome. And then I get the garlic presses in the mail, and they're still the same color, but they're all plastic, and they're crap. I know I was intentionally attempted to get screwed over, okay? Now, I paid with PayPal. I received that item, so I can't argue I didn't receive it. So now I'm into taking a picture and arguing with PayPal, hey, this shows metal and it's plastic. And then PayPal's looking at the Alibaba listing, if they'll bother. It might not say metal. Maybe some scam artist purposely didn't put metal. You missed it. And now you got these plastic things and you're arguing with PayPal. Well, you still have the backup of your bank account. You still have the backup of Visa or your MasterCard or whatever. But here's what you do. You open up that package, and that package did not have garlic presses in it. Wink, wink. It had newspapers in it, okay? Or it had something totally different than what you ordered in it. And here's where this comes from. Long, 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 long time ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I was sourcing some stuff from China, And I noticed, and I would never do this. My morals were all messed up, and this isn't too morally embarrassing, but I noticed that frontline flea medicine, if you have cats or dogs, it's a little drop you put in the back of their neck, and it's really good for fleas. I noticed I could source it from China for like $5 or $6 a pack, and it was selling on Craigslist for like $30, $40. So like, heck, I might as well get some of this. But the way they had the wording, it wasn't $5 or $6 a pack. It was $5 or $6 a dosage. So if you envision like some sort of bubble pack of gum, where and they were telling me the way it read was it was $5 for a pack of gum, but they're actually saying it's $5 per piece of gum. So it turned out by the time I got it shipped to me and stuff, there was no savings whatsoever. So why would anybody buy Frontline with Chinese writing on it from this Chinese place? So I knew it was going to happen. I was going to contact PayPal, and they're going to say, well, you ordered it. It says right here, do. So I just said, I got an empty box. And PayPal gave my money back, and I threw it in the trash. Okay? So I'm not saying to get legitimate items, and if you messed up, to screw over the Chinese sellers and stuff. But if you're clearly screwed over, you didn't get what they said they were going to get, and don't tell Alibaba, don't tell PayPal you did. Say they sent you a can of worms. Okay, next question.
Okay, so I want to talk about the launch form real quick. Bunch of questions on the launch form. Here's the deal, guys. When we first did the launch form, we believed that we were going to just do one thing. You were going to be able to launch one thing because, man, that's a big job for us on this end, right? And then we got to talking, and we said, you know what? We want everyone to be able to pretty much use that launch form. We want to help everyone with everything they're doing. That's the position we're at right now. Everything you're doing, we want to help you with. So here's how it works. Your first item that you launch in the launch form, and that launch form, by the way, will be available probably in the next 48 hours. Okay, Hitesh couldn't be on tonight on this particular call because it's like maybe a midnight. It was midnight when the call began. It was 3 a.m. my time, so I had a good 3 hours of sleep before we hopped on this. But I don't think Hitesh even slept yesterday because we had the other webinar and all the stuff going on. So, but the first one that you launch is where we have that guarantee to come in, right? But we want to know everything that you're selling, because if we can help, we will, and we will be helping you with everything you're selling. You know, I mean, it's more products for us to offer up to the rest of our member base. It's more products that you know, we'd rather say go sell Steve's knives than go sell, you know, someone else who's not inside of DS Domination's knives. So we want to keep everything in-house. So that launch form will be available, and you will be able to add more than one product. Just keep in mind that the first product that you add is the one. It's the one that we're going to get that guarantee with. Okay, guys? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and on top of that, just you got to think a little bit smart too. For example, you saw where I had purchased silicone gel things and oven mitts and stuff from China, right? That was through eBay. So if I had 3 or 4 things come in to test, and I put them up and said, okay, I want to launch these 3 or 4 things. Okay, hey everybody in Pro, we got a silicone shoe thing for 50 cents, and we got an oven mitt for 25 cents. Okay, cool. We sold out in 5 minutes. We did your launch, you sold out, you didn't make any money, and now you're out of product, go order some more. That doesn't help you. You know, that's not going to help you. So you got to have a certain amount of units. Now you'll be able to say in your back office, hey, I only want to sell 50 of these or 100 of these, or I want to sell between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. or whatever. So don't fear when you get your major product, but don't ask us to launch 20 oven mitts for you. Go ahead.
Awesome. It says in the video, Roger shows us how to open up a new Amazon account and mentions getting a new computer. Why would that be? Does Amazon have the ability to check Mac computers' addresses? He's referring to that particular scenario if you've been banned from Amazon in the past before you came across DS Domination. Right, Roger?
Yeah, exactly. This is nothing to do unless you and you probably wouldn't even order Genesis. It's just in there to help people out in case they lost their Amazon account for one way or another. And, you know, if you're doing something crazy and you lost your Amazon account, the only reason I put it in there, and there was a lot of debate by me, the only reason I put it in there is because I know that you're in a 100% legitimate model right now of sourcing and physically. It's a real business model compared to anything else you might have did in the past. So I put it in there, and yes, Amazon, they are hyper vigilant on security, and they will check your Mac.
Cool.
And those of you that have Macs, that has nothing to do with Mac computers. That's just they'll look into your computer and they'll know it's you, even if you change your IP address or try and hide. Continue, please.
You can't hide. I'm confused about freights. Freight is free with DSD, but then we're paying from China to DSD. What about DSD to Amazon? Please clarify who pays for what and which leg, please. And with that question, Raj, accompanying that is sea freight. So we got a couple of questions on freight. So if you can cover that for a good couple minutes, that'd be awesome. I do need to take my puppy outside and let him use the restroom and grab a cup of coffee. So I'll be back in about 2-3 minutes tops.
Okay.
But freight's the question.
Okay, freight.
Awesome.
So the DS Domination fulfillment center, I'm not going to paint a picture of it's us being awesome and lovely, and I'm not going to paint a picture of it has no value. The existence of us getting our own fulfillment center exists for only one reason. If you're outside of the country of the United States, you cannot ship into Amazon with any type of ease, and here's why. You can jump through some hoops and call them up and figure it out. It won't be easy. But when your product arrives, there's taxes and duties due. If you ship something into the U.S., you owe the U.S. government taxes and duties. Amazon's not going to get into that mess, so you ship your freight. You're in the U.K., and you ship your product from China to the United States directly to Amazon. It arrives at Amazon. It says, hey, you owe us $212 in taxes and duties. It's going to go in the trash, okay? So we have to have a facility for people outside of the U.S. to be able to ship in. Okay, so that's why this warehouse is going up. That's why we're renting a place. It's nothing to do with we're trying to be nice, we're trying to make money, we're trying to do anything. It just has to be to accommodate people outside of the U.S., or else we're not right in selling Genesis outside of the U.S. without this particular function. That said, we're not going to obviously pay your freight or pay your freight into Amazon or anything like that. We're not going to do that. But the good part of it is, if you order a product, in general, people don't have enough money to fill a container ship. Or container that goes on a ship. So my product that was $9,000, that was 25 cubic meters, that weighed over 1,000 kilograms, filled half a container ship. So it turns out, I keep saying container ship, a container that goes on a ship. It turns out if I ordered it myself, somewhere coming across the ocean would be a container on a ship that is half full. They want that container on that ship full. So we got with a company that's going to facilitate all of this and make sure that if I order these things coming from China, that container is going to be full with somebody else's things. Because the container's full, we get a 40% discount on the freight. So the good thing about using our freight is that you're going to get a 40% discount on generally any price that you can get. Now, if you're in the U.S., you can still use that freight. You can have it shipped to your house. We don't care. We would rather not have a facility. We don't want to do it. And long thought, I know that I have to go to that facility and train people. So I'll tell you a story a while back. About a mile from me, there's these train tracks, and you go over them. On the right of the train tracks is this gold building. It's all metal. And when I was doing eBay big time, I drove in there and I said, I'm interested in renting a space or renting this building. And my concept was this: I'll sell on eBay, and then I see all these deals all the time, and I'll get the deals sent to my little gold building here, and I'll actually sell in the gold building. So while I'm sitting there and I got my products and customers can come in and buy them, I'm click-clacking away on eBay. I get to double dip, right? So I went down there. It was all finalized. There was this lady. We were just getting ready to pull the trigger, and she was like, okay, I have to go out to meet with someone, and I'll be back in a couple hours. Do you want to stay? I'm like, yeah, awesome. So I'm sitting there in the building, And there's no TV, there's no refrigerator, there's no kitty cat, there's no wife, there's no plush furniture, it's not my home, right? I'm like, why the heck do you want to leave your home and drive to this metal building each day and sit in there? That's just stupid. And just the same, I don't want to drive to a warehouse and sit in there and train people on how to pack your items and how to price them and stuff like that. So I'll be honest with you, we don't want to do it. We have to do it, though, and we're happy to do it. But we're not looking for financial incentives or to force you to ship stuff in or get Roger to do some exercise by opening a warehouse every day. Okay? So that said, what will happen is you'll understand how to do the freight. You'll get a significant discount by putting the freight all in one container and all of us working together. If for some reason you don't want to do that, you can still ship to the warehouse and not use our freight company. If you're in the U.S., you can ship it direct to you. If you're in the U.K. and you know somebody in the U.S., you can ship it direct to them. We don't mind if you skip all of that completely, skip half of it, skip a third of it. When the product does arrive, you'll be able to generally come up with a number, but you'll have an approximate number. We will measure it and say, hey, it's going to cost $126 to ship this into Amazon, and that's the cost. And then you'll pay $126, and we'll ship it into Amazon for you. Okay? Okay, I hope that made remote sense. Okay.
Beautiful. I mean, that's awesome. I just got back. I gotta say, I caught the tail end of that, Raj, and I hope that everybody understands on this call. Like Genesis, this is not. This is seriously. I mean, it's not a continuity program. You're not paying a monthly fee to be in Genesis. It's a one-time thing, a one-time investment that you made in yourself for this educational platform, But the things that we're doing on the back end are ridiculous for what you paid. No one does this stuff. Who goes, oh no, I want to make sure that my international members have a place they can send stuff in the States. Let's go set that up for them on a product that we don't make a monthly income on. It's a one-time thing, but we're seriously here to make sure you guys succeed. That's our number one driver. Is just, can you guys succeed with this? How can we level the playing field for everybody? How can we do this? And that's how we look at stuff. So when we talk about shipping and freight and all these things, any kind of fulfillment centers that we set up and all the stuff that Roger's, day and night working deals with and making sure that he's working with multi-billion-dollar companies, because we have this huge community of people that need or could benefit from these things. We're not doing that out of a monetary value situation. Roger doesn't make any more. We don't make any more money if you use our freight center. It's like setting up a nonprofit freight center, right? But we just want to make sure you succeed. I mean, that's it. So I hope you guys get that. I hope you understand that, and that's a little bit about why I hope that's why we're different.
I would be happy
if companies that are out here.
I'd be happy if nobody used it, and then I could close it a month later. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I saw a question on where will it be located. It's really down to 3 ports, and it's down to prices making the decision on it. Atlanta is one of the choices because of the connections we have there, and we'll go by port fees and stuff like that. And Houston, and also California. So, and also, by the way, the charges and stuff includes them taking it off the boat, all your taxes, all your duties, and trucked to your home. So if you're in the USA, that's huge. So I got a quote from a company that was out of Atlanta, and it was $3,000 for my particular item. And using the freight that we set up, driven in, and when I got that quote, one of the people I work with, I'm friends with in DS Domination, is Dion Jaffe out in California. So I was getting the quote on the phone. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening on the East Coast, and he said, "Well, I can't. This isn't what we're using now. This is a local person." He said, "Well, I can't get a quote to North Carolina because that facility is closed right now in North Carolina, so I can't get the quote." And he goes, "But I can do it on the West Coast." And I said, "All right, well, check what it is to send it into an LA port and then ship it to Corona." Now, Dion lives 20 minutes or 40 minutes from LA, and they wanted $500 just to get it off the boat and ship it 40 minutes to Dion. And the total charge overall was over $3,000. So our total charge is $2,000, and the way that the shipping part of that works, where you physically get it from the warehouse, shipped to your home if you're in the U.S., it was like the first 2 hours like $50 or something, and anywhere USA the highest was $480. So it was actually cheaper to have a truck drive it from Florida, for example, all the way up to Seattle, versus the other company to ship it from LA 40 minutes was going to be $500. So yeah, and I saw a question about opening an Amazon.com account if you're in Canada. Just call up Amazon. They'll tell you what to do. The big key of it is you just need a bank account to be able to withdraw the money. I know there's Royal Banks of Canada that you can work to get a USA account. I know you can use Payoneer.com, Payoneer.com, to be able to receive payments from Amazon.com. Amazon's okay with it. It's just the withdrawal process. You have to have some sort of Americanized bank. Go ahead, Kev. And Brian Fussy is on here writing Royal works. So the Royal Bank of Canada works for you to be able to do that.
Beautiful. And I want to piggyback off of that and say this, guys, before we move on to more questions. When you look at a lot of the questions that you might have as they come up, if they come up and they're very Amazon specific, instead of writing into the help desk and saying, hey, can I open up an account with Amazon.com, and then waiting a couple days to get a response because it's not a billing or a technical issue, you got to understand those come first. Pick up the phone and call Amazon. Really, I mean, seriously, pick up the phone, give Amazon a call, because they have world-class customer service. They'll be able to answer your questions right there. You're going to get a faster response. So I'd lean on that. If you have an Amazon-related questions for logistics, or hey, if I list this item, would you guys be cool with that? Call them up and ask them. Call them up and ask them. What I wouldn't do is submit a support ticket on it and then wait a few days for us to get back with you, because I'll tell you right now, if it's not a technical or a billing question, if it's not a technical issue with DS domination as a platform or a billing question, then it's going to take longer, because that's what we deal with the most. Okay, so I just want to toss that out there. Big disclaimer: definitely consider calling them. It'll be a quicker answer for you.
And just add on to that. Lorraine wrote, you can now. They now pay into Canadian accounts, so you don't have to jump through any little hoops you had to before. Amazon is becoming very, very friendly towards us. You notice those ads were on the right side? That's awesome now, because they used to be at the bottom. Now they're on the right side, which means you get a lot more exposure for your dollar. That's one thing. Two, now you don't have to have an American account to withdraw the money if you're in Canada. Three, they're working with Japanese markets big time to open up Japanese markets and doing all kinds of cool things from there. Four, people in India don't use credit cards for the most part because they don't trust them. They don't understand why you would want to pay an interest rate on a credit card. Makes sense, but that's how that's how they are. That's what their thinking is. So now Amazon accepts cash on delivery in India. So Amazon is just very friendly to us, and they love us. So when you call in and ask to speak to Seller Central, the average wait, I've never waited longer than a minute, and they're awesome. So you're going to get a lot clearer, faster, quicker answer to your question. And we're not doing anything tricky here. Like a lot of people think the drop shipping model on eBay is tricky. I'll get questions like, when I get questions, I'll feel like the question's this: Roger, hey, listen, I'm doing that drop shipping thing. Someone's going. Okay. I sold something, bro, and I gotta ship it. Yeah, man, just ship it. We're not doing anything wrong here. So some of you are kind of in that mindset, like, I don't want to tell Amazon about this, Roger, but I live in Canada. Oh no, they love you. Call them up. I live in Canada, and I hate Americans, and I want to sell on your site. They'll be like, cool, eh? Let's do it. I'm exaggerating, but they love you, and they want to work with you. So definitely call them. Okay. Go ahead, Kev.
Yep. Well, I just want to say this, too. For those of you who are selling on eBay, just a real quick marketing trick for you. If you notice on Amazon, if you scroll down, Roger just mentioned that a lot of the ads are moving to the side. On Amazon, you can run pay-per-click advertising on Amazon for your eBay listings. Just want to toss that out there. Notice some of those sites down there, some of the advertisements on Amazon. If you've ever been clicking on stuff and you say, oh wow, this is an external advertisement. Other companies are beginning now to advertise on Amazon. Is it on that page right there? Let me see. might not be on that particular page. If you scroll
There you
down.
are. There you are. There you are. There you are.
You got it? Sponsor products. Yeah, okay. So there you go. So you can you can literally run eBay ads on Amazon if you guys choose. Just want to toss that out there. Little tidbit if you didn't know that.
Amen.
So yeah, okay. Let's move on to some questions. Brands, I think we covered that. Boxes, where do you get boxes? Roger covered this in the last webinar. I'd love for you to pull that stuff up again. That'd be beautiful. For boxes, labels, things of that nature.
Yeah, for sure. And we're kind of rapid firing, so I saw someone said, do you get one launch again or something like that? The launch critical component to it is the sales guarantee, okay? Because I'm happy to announce your products on webinar after webinar after webinar after webinar after webinar. There's no skin in the game for that. In fact, it helps our pro members because they get cool, cheap products. But the only critical feature to the launch is the 3 to 10 sales guarantee. We will only guarantee that on your first launch. You can launch a billion things if you want. On the boxes, because I participate and I put skin in the game, so they're right in front of me, we particularly used Uline.com. But I'll check for a couple better places. These guys are awesome enough, but I'll probably be able to find you a better place. But if you want to write this down for now, this is what we used here. Uline.com is what we used, okay? And I'll find you some better sites than that, but they were awesome enough. Our little black boxes that we're using for something else we haven't talked about were like 20 cents. And our stickers were like 15 or 20 cents or something like that. So go ahead, Kip.
Let's see. UPC codes. We have a bunch of questions on that. Can you cover pretty much run UPC codes from start to finish? That'd be awesome because that'll clear out about 20 questions.
Okay, sure. So if you've done anything on Amazon before through Monopoly or something like that, for example, you this item here exists on Amazon because they gave Amazon a UPC code, okay? Nowhere in any grocery store, any mall on the planet does this particular product exist, okay? This exact one. Now all this is your garlic press from Alibaba with some sort of chef ebook, okay? But nowhere in the world does this product exist, a garlic press with this chef ebook, other than Amazon, okay? So it has a unique code. This person gave Amazon a unique code, like 1238956 or something like that. Okay, they got that unique code called a UPC code. They probably bought a UPC code and assigned it to this item. Now, if any human ever wants to list this exact same thing, they have to put it right over here. Okay, it'll end up right here. They'll go to sell this, and Amazon will pop up and say, hey, it looks like you're trying to sell this. Then they have no choice but to list it and have it fall right here. Well, you guys are getting brand new, unique product from Alibaba, which is to say you're going to get this, for example, and yours is going to say Pressy on it or whatever your logo is. I'm Pressy, that's me. I'm the Pressy guy, okay? And once you get Pressy as your logo, for example, this item that you have coming in from China will not exist anywhere in the world except for on the boat where your item is, except for in our warehouse, and then eventually on Amazon. Because it's a brand new item and doesn't exist on Amazon, you need a UPC code. Right now, we'll give you, well, forever we'll give you UPC codes, okay? We're just going to give you 10 of them because I know people are selling 4 items and making millions of dollars. If you do this right, you should never need more than 10 UPC codes. And we'll have the ability to upload them in your back office as people order Genesis in the future, but that's not going to help you right now. So right now, if you write into the help desk, they will give you 10 UPC codes, okay? They'll look like this. And when you're doing a listing on Amazon, you'll know where to put them. You'll just say, listing something unique, and they'll say, what's the UPC code? And then you'll give them one of the UPC codes we give you, And then they'll say, cool, upload your picture. Awesome, here's my pressy garlic press. Okay, cool. Cool.
Supplements. It's time to have that quick conversation. We got a couple questions on supplements since you were showing them on the screen there, which is good. So one of the questions is, I know it was said no international foods, but what about supplements and vitamins? Definitely one of the best markets to move into. Definitely, because of it's your product. Roger, what are your thoughts on that?
Gasket. I would not personally order products, supplements, and foods and nutritional stuff from China. Okay, because what happens is when you do that, they'll if you run into any type of trouble, somebody's face breaks out because they used your skin cream, or they get hives. I mean, I used to sell a product. It was a milkshake in a famous milkshake company. A lot of people are aware of what it is. And I drank the product. My kids drank the product, thought the product was awesome, loved the product. Product was brilliant. Cool product. It worked, tasted great, was awesome. And then now and then someone would have quit the company and all of a sudden the product caused them temporary blindness or something crazy. So you never know. So if you got your supplements from China, for example, and a customer just had a bad day and said, I took a supplement and it gave me a massive headache. Okay, well, I got it from Shenzhen, China, so contact them. Versus there's facilities that are FDA approved that will process these for you. I haven't rolled out the training on it. I will roll out the training for it. The only reason it's not rolled out for you yet is because it's an expensive process. You're going to order like a minimum of 1,000 times $5, $5,000, and I don't want you spending that yet. Okay. Until you get your feet wet with all of this, but I will roll it out and where to get them and everything else, okay, and what to do. Cool beans. Cool.
Rick Martin.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just Rick Martin. Are you in Genesis? I got a question that says, must I buy Unleash the Monopoly before I can see? I'm not sure what that means. If you could ask that again, clarify, that'd be beautiful. And what will be the cost for you guys to package and put a logo on at your facility?
Oh, whatever the cost is. My goal. Okay, the building's open up. Okay, Roger, it's in Houston. Awesome, can't wait to go to Houston. Yay! Hop on a plane, go to Houston. Craigslist ad. We have our guy in Houston that doesn't want to run the facility either. He doesn't want to spend significant time in there, but he'll oversee everything. Okay, Craigslist ad, $10 an hour, packing boxes, do. Hey, Mike, hey, Jim, hey, Tom, how you doing? Okay, you're not a killer, it's awesome. Here's what you do. This product comes in. We want you to send a picture to our guy in Houston, and then take that box, and if you have the guy in Houston, we'll tell you whether or not to put it in poly bags. We'll tell you whether or not to box it up. We'll tell you how to wrap it. We'll tell you what to put in there, and then you do it, okay? Can you handle that, Mike? Yep, that's awesome. Okay, Mike, you're hired $10 an hour. Okay, how long did Mike work on this item? 3 hours. Okay, $30. How much did the poly bags cost he had to use? $20. Okay, $50. Okay, here's a bill for Mike. $50 for packing his stuff. So whatever labor, we're not interested in making any money at all. Why couldn't I just say that in the beginning? Why'd I have to go off on a tangent, Kevin?
That was a good tangent. So this is a question, and this gets into the supply side of the house. What if there's a 30-day processing? How do we keep our supply available?
Great question. You will scramble. If you run out of product, this listing right here will have a big red thing here that says no longer available or something like that. You will then say, you know what, I just made like $6,000. I want these because they'll have your logo and everything else, so they'll be able to do it really quick for you once they put your logo on there once. They build a cell template and stuff like that, and it'll just be I'll pay like 3-day shipping. How much is shipping? $2,000. Okay, get me 500 of them over here to Amazon. 2-day shipping. Get it into the warehouse express and get it into Amazon right away. Because when you run out of stock, it's going to go red here, and it's not like, hey, I was ranked 23rd and I ran out of stock, so now I'm ranked 1,000,000. But it will trickle backwards slowly. But once you get it back in stock, it'll go back up pretty quickly. But you'll know your sales. If you run out of stock and have a legitimate amount in here, you'll know, hey, this is going to work. I'm going to rail this stuff in here quick. That's up to you. But the short answer is get it replaced as fast as possible, and it won't kill you. Okay.
I did some orders through Alibaba. I selected escrow, and it said pending a contract from vendor.
Yeah.
So wait time on that. Or what do you have to say about that?
Well, usually they don't seem to be available on the weekends, and particularly Sunday. But they'll come back to you. Now, if you negotiated with them and you talked in chat and they set the price and said yes, 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 that's what that's for. When you click start order, you guys have agreed on a price and agreed on shipping and everything else. You don't just go over there and say, I'm willing to pay $2 and this amount shipping and wait for a response. You won't get one. But if you negotiate back and forth and they said, okay, yeah, it's this amount, this amount, this amount, when you fill it out, they usually get back to you in a couple business days or less through email. And you also have a messaging system in the back office of Alibaba as well.
Yep, I can't tell you guys how many times I've been talking to Roger, like, oh, hold on a minute. And I hear him typing in the background, like, what are you doing? Oh, the supplier just got back with me. And he's chit-chatting with him on Alibaba, so works great.
Yeah,
all right, do we launch every product we have on Amazon or just the big ones? You're going to be able to put all of them in the launch form. But again, the first one is the one we guarantee the sales on. Pay-per-click on Amazon. Do you pay for clicks or when the product is sold, or do you pay up front? It is pay-per-click, so you pay when the person clicks on it, whether it sells or not. So you're going to treat that as a leaky bucket. You're going to start out with a bunch of keywords that you basically...
Hey, Kev.
Yep.
Why don't you take the screen and do a little demo for everybody? Would everybody like that on pay-per-click? Because Kev's an artist. Would everybody like that? One person says yes, so never mind then. Oh, look, some more said yes now. Don't forget it. Oh, look, some more. Okay, now, guys, don't get bogged down in this because this is just stuff that you'll know how to do when it's time, okay? We're very fearful of presenting complicated stuff because before Kevin brings this up, I want to show you this. Can you select a product? Can you order a product? That's it. Everybody can do this, so I don't want you to come away from this webinar with Kevin's talking about backlinking and pricing and bidding, and he said $1.50, and it's like, what? Okay, well, we'll show it to you in your interest, or Kevin will. I'll switch the screens for you, Kev, okay?
All right.
Organize presenter. Make presenter. Are you sure you want to make Kevin the presenter? Okay. Okay, Kev, I got your Genesis-only training webinar screen right now, and I got you up on Heatwave. Okay, cool. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
All right, you got me?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the basics of how pay-per-click works then. Okay, so, well, actually, who here knows about pay-per-click? Who here's never done it? Never done any pay-per-click? Need the basics. Where are you? Never me. Never heard of it. Know about it a little bit. Newbie here. Never. Okay. So here's how pay-per-click works, okay, on a fundamental level. I want you to think of this as a leaky bucket, okay? Think of it as a leaky bucket. And you're going to fill this bucket up with water. And there's a bunch of holes in the water. And your job is going to be to plug up those holes and look for profits. Every time you plug up a hole, you're looking for profits. So to get the water inside of the bucket, aka the advertisements, what you're going to do is, let's say you were selling this right here. We'll just pick an item. Let's say that this was your item that you were selling for pay-per-click. A hoser, PGS, Premier, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter what the item is, but the steel kitchen sink. Let's say you were selling a steel kitchen sink. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick keywords that you believe your buyers are going to be interested in that. Okay, when they're on here, you're going to say, well, what are they typing in? All right, what are they typing in? And when you do that, you can basically go over to Amazon and you're going to type in steel, stainless steel kitchen sink. Let's say this is our root keyword. From there, what you're going to do is take a look at all of these results that are right here. All of these results that are right here. All right, stainless steel kitchen sink undermount, stainless steel kitchen sink top mount, drop-in, single bowl, all right, undermount single, double bowl, and all these would be particular keywords. And so you'd take this keyword right here, stainless steel kitchen sink, you'd copy that over, and you'd paste that onto your nice little spreadsheet saying, I want to use this keyword. And what you're going to do is put this in parentheses. And that will tell Amazon that, hey, I'm going to search, I want it to pop up when people type in stainless steel kitchen sink, right? We're not using just sink, we're not using just kitchen, we're not using just steel, we're not using just stainless. Stainless steel kitchen sink. When somebody types in that exact phrase, I want my listing to pop up. And you'll go back and you'll do that for all of these. Stainless steel kitchen sink undermount, top mount, drop-in, single bowl. All right? And the ones that you believe are closest to what your item is, you're going to start bidding a little bit higher on. Okay? So let's say we went with stainless steel kitchen sink undermount. And look what pops up. These things still pop up. So I'm going to grab this keyword and I'm going to toss this onto my little dock here. All right. So let's say I run these two keywords, and let's grab two more, and then I'm going to make my point. Ooh, look at that. Undermount single. If I pop an undermount, single. All right, so I'm just going to go through and grab this one too. Okay, so let's say I got these three keywords, and these three keywords are my leaky bucket. These are my holes in my bucket. What I want to do is find out which keyword is going to actually perform. So let's say I start off this campaign and I want to run pay-per-click on this keyword, and that keyword. And I want to bid 30 cents per click. Now from there, I'm going to watch my results and see which one sells. Okay. And if I notice that this keyword right here, single steel kitchen sink undermount single, is never producing a sale, but stainless steel kitchen sink undermount is producing the majority of my sales, then I'm definitely going to want to up my bid on that keyword. I'll get rid of one of them. Okay, I'll just take this one out of the equation. So now I'm dealing with two keywords. I've taken out one of the leaky holes in my bucket. And from there, I'm going to add on another one. I'm going to go search for another one. So I might be bidding on 2 or 3 keywords at a time. And every time I have 2 good keywords that are working, I look for a third. When I get a third that works, I leave it in, and now I've got 3 that work good. From there, I add on a fourth. Let's say the fourth flops. I'm going to get rid of that. So that's what I mean by filling up filling up the holes in a leaky bucket. That's exactly what you're doing with pay-per-click. Now, the interesting part about this, and the really fun part about this is, if I see that all my sales on my stainless steel kitchen sink are coming from stainless steel kitchen sink undermount, and they're really not coming from anything else, then what do I probably want to do? I probably want to work this into my keywords on Amazon. I want to work this into my title. I want to work this into my ad copy on my listing, because that's obviously getting me results in the pay-per-click world, and so I want to translate that into organic results. Does that make sense, guys? That's right, Brian. Long tail keywords for sure. When I say bid, or when I say long tail keywords, there's a couple different kinds of keywords, right? If I just put sync, that's one word. That's just a keyword, right? But when I talk about long-tailed keywords, that means it's kind of a phrase strung together, and I'm bidding on that. And whenever you guys are doing this stuff, there is a tool that is really good that'll help you out. It's called Mike's Keyword Wrapper. And this is originally a Google AdWords type of thing. But what I can do from here is I can go, I can take, let's see, the stainless steel kitchen sink. I can copy this over. That's a website I'm designing. I can copy this over to the keyword tool, and I can paste it in, and then I can do wrapped keywords, right? And this is going to give me just phrase match. It's going to give me different ways that the keywords are tagged. So you guys can start wrapping keywords that way. This might come in handy for you. So go to Mike's-marketing-tools, or just do a Google search for Mike's keyword tools and put that in your back pocket, because you're going to need that on when we start getting into this stuff in training. But this gets into broad, modified, plus broad phrase, right? This starts digging into keywords. But for right now, all you really need to know is that you're filling a leaky bucket. You're starting out with 2 or 3 keywords, and you're going to pay, let's say, 30 cents a click. Let's say you're paying 30 cents a click. This is supposed to be a dollar sign on all your keywords, all right, on all these 3 keywords. And you find out that this one is getting, the first one is getting great traffic, and people are clicking on it, and people are buying from that. From there, I want to say, hey, I want to keep this, and my profit margins are great. I might want to up this to 35 cents per click because I can afford that. I see what my conversions are. Cool, let's leave that alone, and let's move on and say, look, this undermount one is getting me good traffic. I started out at 30 cents, but it's not really worth it for 30 cents. So let me drop this down to 25 cents or 20 cents, and I'll still get a little bit traffic from it, and that'll make that keyword profitable. And that's what we'll sit there and do, is add keywords, take away keywords, up the bids on certain keywords that we know are working, and lower the price on keywords that are working but are not working to the extent that we like. Okay? So that's pretty much what we're going to get into. And I don't want to get too crazy on this because I know a lot of people haven't done this, but yeah, like Brian says, the proof is in the pay-per-click pudding. And you know, it really comes down to which keywords are performing for you, taking those keywords that are going to perform for you in the pay-per-click world, and then trying to get that organic traffic for that. Okay, that's really what we're doing here. Cool, cool, cool. Could this help us on eBay too? Yeah, this can help on eBay too. Like I said, you can start running ads. Man, we really need to get some training on this. But you can run ads to external websites on Amazon. I mean, it's got to be product based, which your eBay sales are, and they want the money. You know, they want you to bid, and you can do that. So, yeah. Sponsored listings from Amazon sellers. Check this out. There's more. These guys are all bidding on these to have these ads down here. And you can see that right there. Boom. Just more traffic. Now, we'll say this. These guys will go out there. Amazon does tons of lead generation for you. Even if your product's not even good, right? Even if your product's not selling, like Roger we were talking about this yesterday. Even if your product's not selling, they're doing advertising for you. This is all kind of like on top of everything else you're doing. So it's kind of like bonus stuff. It's not even needed, but for those of you who are big into marketing and are in Marketing Extreme and see some of that stuff and are really into the marketing side of the house, all those skills really apply here. They really do apply here, even up to, you know, retargeting and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So, cool.
Hey, Kev, can I grab the screen for a second?
Yep.
Okay. Actually, what screen are they looking at right now?
Nothing.
Are you sure you want to be doing it? Yes. I need to know what
I
screen.
got it. I'll get it. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
You should pop up right now.
Okay. I want to go over a couple things here super quick. First, there's a lot of people that, because of the price change and stuff like that, just got into Genesis, just got into DS Domination, may have started with Genesis as their product, or maybe they just got started and got everything, whatever. But I want to show you the environment that's going on. I'm on my Facebook right now, okay? Because when you're home and somebody told you about it, you just joined something, you don't know the entire environment. Right now it's just you and the person that got you to join. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just you. The person that got you to join disappears, okay? So I want to show you my Facebook wall. I was kind of going through this, or my news feed, it's called. First post 3 hours ago. Sheesh, can't keep the dang thing in stock, and that's before I even tweak things based on last night's training. We did a webinar last night. Powerful tools. Can't keep their Amazon product in stock. Awesome. Samantha's on the webinar right now. Excited. Well, you guys know that part of it. Michelle, she's on the webinar right now. Excited. Jennifer, she's one of our great leaders, just sold a car, not pertinent. But I'm just going through and showing exactly what's on here. Here's Bruce Ladd, a gentleman that used to serve, I believe, in the Army. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin. And he's just promoting Genesis like crazy. Here's a gentleman right here, Jerry Garrison. He has the app. Now, I'm not stereotyping or judging. I'm not a shopper. This person is celebrating going out to shop. Does Jerry look like he regularly gets pumped up to go out and shop? Okay, I'm not stereotyping, but I know I don't get pumped up to go shop, but here he is going out with the app to go shopping. Kenya's on vacation. She's on the webinar with her family. Sean just passed the $40,000 mark. Present crossing the $50,000 mark. 10K in 8 days. That's Sean. Here's a gentleman from the UK, great leader, just asking a general question. But I want to see you guys see the environment. Here's somebody in one of the groups. Open my laptop, eBay, and notice something different. What was it? Oh, nothing, just the title Power Seller. Okay, awesome. Here's some sort of cooking thing. Trent, one of our leaders that bought a home through DS Domination, made so much money, is out golfing. Renee again posting. Nikki, one of her teammates, awesome. I did it. Nikki made my first sale. OMG. Nikki is if I clicked on her wall, you'd see target boxes up to the ceiling using the app. And this is, and here I am on the webinar, and my little girls are out in the park, and my 7-year-old is spending my money getting manicures and pedicures. So this is kind of the family, wholesome, awesome environment. So I want to show you guys something really quick, a great analogy that will make sense to you, and I want you to absorb this. I know we're far into the webinar and stuff like this, but I want you guys to internalize this and get it. Let me get rid of some of this here. See if I can change this all at once. Paint's funny sometimes. Ooh, look at that magic. Okay, so here's the thing I want to show you guys. Up. Now, if I got on and I said to you, and I just said in plain voice, no theatrics, no nothing, I got on a call and I was talking to you, and you guys knew who I was, and I said, listen, here's the deal. Anybody living in, let's pretend you're all living in North Carolina, okay? You all live in my state, and those of you that are outside of the U.S., North Carolina is on the East Coast here and kind of southern USA, okay, southeast. And I said, here's the deal, guys, everybody on here that's on a call with me living in South Carolina right now, which would be all of you, I want you guys to walk from, or North Carolina, I want you guys to walk from North Carolina to Florida. And if you do that, there's $10,000 waiting for you there. Have a nice night. I ended the call. Well, you guys would have all these apprehensions, like, if I walked it, I mean, he said it, and I mean, is there a catch, and all this stuff. But literally, if you did walk to Florida, when I was in this health and nutrition company, I kind of plotted out, it would take you about 30 days, I think. Okay, maybe a little longer. But if you walk to Florida, you got $10,000, which means in 30 days period, you got 10 grand and some exercise. Probably almost everybody on this call, if they knew that to be true, would walk to Florida for 30 days and pick up their $10,000, okay? Just like in Alibaba, when you order your products and everything else, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to make $10,000, but it takes about 30 days, okay? Now, just like you might not want to do this walk to Florida or take 30 days to go to Florida, not because you wouldn't love to get $10,000 for 30 days, but because you have apprehensions and because this is not instant gratification. It takes time, just like coming from Alibaba into Amazon is going to take time. But the rewards, you need to hold on to that logic of we get sales, we get reviews, and we get training, and we get Dash, and we get pay-per-click training, and you barely, it's impossible to miss in my eyes. Takes about 30 days. And the rewards can be massive, okay? Now, you might walk to Florida, and you're walking there, and like halfway through, you decide to jog for a little bit. And you get there, and I say, I'm sorry, you're supposed to walk. I can't give you the $10,000. And then you go, okay, and then you quit. Forget this. Just like you might get something from Alibaba, and you sourced the wrong product for one reason or another, and it was stupid. You didn't make a ton of money, and you say, all right, forget this. Or there's a delay in shipment, or you can't get your photo quick enough, or something weird. Something happens, and you give up. Meanwhile, all you had to do was put your sneakers back on and walk back down to Florida and collect your 10 grand and not run, okay? So basically, if you follow the training, awesome, that's a great job. You're here, awesome, you're inspired, awesome, that's great. But there's still the job, there's still the walk to do, okay? There's still the time to put in and the wait and the patience and stuff like that. And I know if everybody follows this, they'll make great money doing this. But oddly enough, I would estimate 80 to 90% of you will not follow through on this because you'll forget something, you won't do something, you won't be motivated tomorrow. It's Sunday. You're like, all right, let's wrap this up. Or you'll go surf Alibaba and you're like, oh, there's an item, there's an item, there's an item, there's an item. I'm going to pick something tomorrow. Week goes by, you didn't pick something. A couple weeks go by, you didn't pick something. I'm going to get into that next week. I'm just really busy, right? And that just happens. So make some sort of internalized commitment to yourself right now to follow this process. There's no backup plan. There's nothing. This just works plain as day, just like walking to Florida, picking up 10 grand works. Just do the work, do the time, and make the money. Kev, go ahead. Did I lose you, Kev? Did I lose everybody?
Oh, there we go. I'm back. I was muted out talking.
I was down with that.
Good.
I
thought that was a great little Florida walking rant. I mean, because it's so true. You know, you set your goal and just follow through with it. The whole thing with this, as far as FBA, is it really comes down to, you know, it's a lot of work up front. It really is. If it wasn't a lot of work, then everyone would be doing it, and you guys wouldn't be the ones that are going to make, you know, 6 figures a month next year. You know what I mean? So it's just it's what it is. It's a little bit of work in the beginning, but once you get that done, now it's just fulfilling you're calling them back up and saying, hey, I want some more of that. This is doing great. I want some more of that. Send it on in for me, and that's it. And so I hope you can see we're doing everything to make this as smooth as possible. But I want to kind of toss this out there too. We talked about this extensively last night, and I haven't really talked about it too much. But those of you who are just getting on to Genesis and haven't gone to the FBA stuff, I really want you to start Genesis easy, like this weekend. Start Genesis easy, like now. All right, and if money is an issue as far as funding your purchases for Alibaba and getting that stuff sent in for FBA, then start with Genesis Easy. Think of it as Pro moving to Elite. We always tell people, make money in Pro. With your profits, we want you to move to Elite. Start out with Genesis Easy. Just go scan it. There's nothing easier than going down to the store and scanning some stuff. And we've had some insane success stories. Roger would flip out every day. Oh, this person made X amount of dollars with doing Genesis Easy, and he'd go nuts about it. So do Genesis Easy. Go source some items, right at your local Walmart, at the store, at Costco, wherever you're at, right? And then take those profits and use those profits to continue on with your Amazon
Hey,
business.
Kev, I gotta interrupt you. That's what I was trying to do. You got to remember, 80% of this webinar is international, and they don't have access to the full capacity of the app yet, and they're starting to tell you that now.
All right. How many people are we have here in U.S. right now? Let's see. Okay.
Karen, I saw your question last night, and I saw it today. And Karen's question was, when you do your product on the webinar and stuff like that, people, if the item's under $35, are going to have to pay shipping. I would estimate 90% of DS Domination members have a Prime account, at least for personal usage, that they would use and get free shipping. When I offered that that silicone teacup thing on my wall, there was 150 orders, and 2 wrote that they had to pay shipping. So it won't be an issue.
Awesome.
And we are 3 hours in. Go ahead.
We are, and I'm about to ask you to do some extensive training on titling. It's like 3 hours in, and Roger, can you train on titling? So titling. What are your thoughts on titling for Amazon versus eBay? Same thing. What are we doing here?
It's almost the same thing. In one, you're using the your brain for eBay, and you're using the DS Domination back office and stuff like that, and you're doing kind of third level. If you've been into the training at all, there's third level titling where if you're selling, this is if you're selling, let's say, a garlic press on eBay, the traditional way, not traditional Genesis, but the regular way we used to teach, from sourcing Amazon and selling on eBay. The third level titling involves thinking of something that a customer might type in on eBay and be searching for something, like they might be searching for olive oil sprayer on eBay, and you put olive oil sprayer in your title for your garlic press on eBay, and they're looking for an olive oil sprayer, and then they see yours and buy it. Okay, that's kind of third level titling on eBay. On Amazon, you don't want to do that right away, but the good thing is when you change things around on your listing, Amazon loves that, so you'll be changing your listing pretty often and tweaking things. The only other difference with titling between eBay and Amazon is, when you're doing your listing on Amazon, you have a section that says put in your keywords. And I showed you how to get your keywords. Type in garlic press, type in garlic press A, type in garlic press B, and the suggested keywords are your keywords. The only difference that you have to know is, let me get rid of that picture there. Any keyword that's already in your title, you don't have to select it as one of your keywords in your listing. So you wouldn't put ginger as one of your keywords because it's already in your title. These already count. You don't have to put them in your listing. What I mean is, if you've never listed on Amazon before, you're going through the steps. What are you listing? Garlic press. What's your title? This is my title. What are your keywords? And you'll enter keywords, okay? And that tells Amazon, hey, when people are searching these keywords, bring my item up. But if your keywords are already in your title, you don't have to enter them into your keyword section, okay? There you go. That's the only difference.
Yeah. The app will not be available on BlackBerry. It's a BlackBerry. It's not a smartphone. Just want to toss that out there.
Oprah says it's smart.
Yeah, but we rank higher than Oprah, so on Amazon anyway, or on Alexa. Post notes. Let's see.
I see some AdWord questions like, where do I bid on a keyword? You should. I know you want to have everything framed in your mind. I'm the same way. I always have to see the big picture. That part of it, wait till we roll out the training on it. You're not going to need to know until your item's up, and it won't be a wait 2 months. Like some things we're at the mercy of Apple to complete the app, and we say it'll be out as soon as possible. We're at the mercy of me having a quiet house to cut a video, so it won't be long.
You're gonna, yeah.
Can I talk the girls into going out for a manicure and pedicure?
Yeah. I'm confused. Is your facility only for people outside the U.S.?
No, it's Again, the whole process on the facility is we have to have it. We're not interested in making money on it. Since we have to have it, use it if you want to. I mean, I don't care if $10 an hour Mike is processing your orders from the UK, or $10 an hour Mike is processing your orders from Tennessee. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the minimum order that can be sent to the fulfillment center? Answer is we don't really care.
We haven't decided that yet. It's going to fall down to common sense for you. If you're ordering 10 oven mitts, do you want to pay Mike $12 or $15 to pack them up and process them and send them in for you? Probably not, you know.
If I have a product that I want to...
Go ahead, Kevin.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, the question's gone by now. You go ahead.
Oh, the question's gone. If I disappeared. If I have a product I want to market, let's say natural body, do I include the full ingredients in the labeling?
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to, and that would just be, guys. Of course, I can make good money on Amazon. I can show you how to make good money on Amazon, but I can't tell you if you're listing a live yellow hippo coming from Zimbabwe that eats grass, what Amazon's policy is going to be. So something like that, that would be a check with Amazon, right?
Yep. Why not get the China peeps to add the logo and your Amazon FBA UPC sticker?
You can do that. You can do that if you want. Ship it to your home, absolutely. The fulfillment center, again, is primarily for international people, cannot ship directly into Amazon, okay? Because of taxes and duties, Amazon also get lost. So if you're in the U.S., I would almost forget the fulfillment center exists right now, okay? Just have it shipped to your home and do your thing. If you want to see it down the road, cool. You know, that's cool too. Okay, it's primarily for people outside of the country so they can participate in Genesis because they need a place to ship their product into.
Yeah. If you order 500 of one item, do you have to box each one and put stickers, etc.?
You can pay Amazon to do it. They'll charge you like 20 cents or something like that. You can ask them about it. They're really cool about that too. So if you do something wrong, like you get, let's say you get a case of sweaters sent to you, and you just take that whole case and you send it to Amazon, and just picture like sweaters like in your drawer. They're just stacked on top of each other. They're not separate. They're sweater touching sweater touching sweater touching sweater. Well, Amazon, because of the potential of the sweater getting stained or thread missing or something like that, they would want you to put that in what's called a poly bag, a big plastic clear bag. So if you just shipped it in, you didn't do that, they would say, hey, just letting you know we're going to process for you, but it's going to be 20 cents a piece to put in a poly bag. So it's very hard to mess up. Amazon will just do it for you and charge you like 20 cents per piece or something like that.
And again, you can pick up the phone, call Seller Central, and they'll be able to answer those kinds of questions for sure. All right, we are wanting to launch a product. There is one person selling it on Amazon who wants to bundle the item. Yes, it is. It's teacups. No, I don't know what the product is. We want to bundle the item with a couple other related items and brand it, which is with a much cooler logo. Do you think that's an okay idea, considering it's already selling this particular item and ranked
Big time.
high?
Big time, yep. Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes. Big time combo pack for sure.
Where will we learn what to say to people when chat on Alibaba? I think that's in the training. Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's in the training for sure. That is in the training.
You know what? Can we play a game called Roger Finds a Product to Sell on Amazon?
Roger finds a product to sell on Amazon. Yes. Who's playing?
You guys want to play that game where Roger finds a product to sell on Amazon in front of your eyes? Yeah, a lot of people want to play that game.
Can I play?
Yes, yes. You can, and you can win.
Oh my goodness, this is so much pressure. Okay, but let's figure out a way to come up with a starting word so everybody knows it's legitimate when we didn't set it up, so they have more confidence. So, Kev, I don't know. How about any site that shows the news or something, live news, and you can pick like the 5th word of name a site, whatever. How about go to CNN.com and the 15th word I start with.
Let's let our
No,
family
because
here. There we go.
I've done that. I've done that, and they will just the person that did it will say, okay, yep, he followed that. The other 799 will be like, he set that up. So I'll go to CNN.com and I'll count 15 words and see what they're. See, I can't even spell CNN. I'll go to CNNmoney.com and suggest this. And also, I'll count 15 words from the top left if there's words there. Let's see. Here we go. Look out. Burrito inflation is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The 15th word is bold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The 15th word is bold. Okay, cool. Let's head over to Amazon. And just reset myself, Amazon.com. And I'll search on. I'm going to type in the word bold. All right, I got 336,000 results. Not many results in the top left because of the strain I put with a crappy search word. I'll click see all 34 departments, and on the left side you can pick a category, but I'll pick home and kitchen. And I got 26,000 results to choose from. Okay, awesome. Oops, back button, back button. Okay, 26,000 tells me in the top. Would you stop changing screens, Amazon? I'm not really upset.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go up here to the top right, and I'm gonna change that relevance to new and popular because I want new and popular items. Cool. And I'm gonna go through. Now, normally I would go down here and I'd sort $25 to $50 or some sort of price range, but I only have 383 items. Well, I gotta click sell. Sometimes it does this.
I gotta stop you right there. That donut shop right there, Keurig Donut Shop, $38.69. I can get those on the military installation here for like $7. Anyway, go ahead. So we already found something. Amazon, easy, done. Okay.
So I gotta click see all sorted results here. Sometimes Amazon makes you do that. Okay. So now I have 25,000 results. And again, normally I go over and do a price range, but I only have 25,000 to choose from. Usually it's hundreds of thousands, so I'm not going to do a price range. So again, you know my caveats. I'll stay away from food and electronics and stuff like that. So I'm not going to point to every item in the interest of time. Just look and you'll see, okay, the coffee maker's heavy. There's parts that can break. Clocks can break. And what I mean by break is I know if my garlic press is broken, it's broken, but if a clock arrives and it works that day and doesn't work 24 hours later, I'm kind of screwed. So I don't deal with stuff like that. It's an electronic, that's cinema speakers. Big, bulky couches, coffee makers, same thing. Plastic shot glasses. I don't usually deal with prices below $10, so I'm going to stay away from that. But I'm sure I could find that and impress everyone, but I wouldn't normally do that myself, so why teach it? ProArt bullet point marker set. Yeah, I could probably work with that. Dishes, coffee things, blah blah blah. Sprinkler and rain gauge. I know sprinkler and rain gauges are all over Alibaba. That's too cheap, and there's so many to choose from that I'll waste your guys' time. I actually searched metal stars on Alibaba before, and weirdly enough, I think there was a 1 over there. I'll see if I can find it, but there wasn't sets of 3, and usually buy them in sets of 3. So, rustic burn star. Let's go try that one. They seemed expensive. I thought this would be an easy thing to make. Rustic burn star. Okay. Let's take a look at the rustic burn stars. Yeah, it was weird results. I was like, I'm shocked you guys don't have this when I looked for this item before. I happened to land on load up. Okay, there's a Okay, there's a one piece that's $4.99, $4.90 to $9. Ba-ba-dee-ba-doo-ba-doo, 600 pieces, 600 pieces, 5,000 pieces. Not a lot of price quotes on here on these, which is making it difficult for me to show you. Normally I'd have the advantage of going in a chat and saying, hey, how much per piece? But I don't here. Let me see if I can find one with a price range for you. 5,000 pieces. This is the only one I have a price range on. $4 to $9. So we'll say that's $6. Okay. These guys are charging $15 plus $10 shipping, $26. That's a 3-foot barn star, though. How big's mine? 24 3/4 inches. I'm going to avoid the barn star because I can't find enough information on it. I don't have the chat functionality because it's not that late at night. So we will continue down the Amazon game. Too big, food, electronic, too big, food, electronic, little tykes, too big, plastic cups again, too cheap. Next. Pins on blanket. I happen to know that Pins On is Amazon's brand. You won't find Pins On. Pins On and Strathwood are Amazon's brand. You might not know that unless you read it. You clicked on it, it'll say exclusively by Amazon. And there's only 2 of them, so now you know them all. Big, bulky, travel French press coffee mug. Okay. All right, let's go try that out. French press coffee mug. French press coffee mug. This could be an interesting one. Okay, so I'm not going to look for that exact one, but I have an idea now. Here's one here for 82 cents to $1.32. Cool. Or 89 cents, $1 a piece. But I like the one with the handle. I'd look for it in a different color. So now I have an idea. I would never have thought of a French roast press coffee mug. I don't even know what that is. I know what it is, sort of. I know what a French press is. So, okay. French press coffee mug. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to search Amazon and see what the environment is. French press coffee mug. Bug. Yes, that's me. Okay, so I got a mug with a handle on it or something like that place displayed. I don't like the way it's all like 3x3 across. I like the other way, so I always reset myself, okay? What I mean by that is I'm going to click on the Amazon logo on the top left, and then I'm going to do a search for that French press coffee mug. Because it's easier to see the rankings and stuff, okay? See what I mean? They're all down one side. I like that because I can get a feel for everything better. So we're looking. I'm not finding the exact type coffee mug that I have. If you're not familiar with the French press, this is a bigger type thing, and it's a different way of brewing coffee. And this is actually the appliance part of it. It's not a travel mug. It looks like somebody intelligent somehow put the press right into the coffee mug. So you could do the press part of it and then leave with the coffee. So I'm looking for that functionality, or if that product even exists. Here's somebody selling something similar. I think ours looks better, but anyway, page 3. Here's somebody selling something similar. There's not very many reviews on it. So this is an unknown right now, and a lot of people would get excited about an unknown and maybe do it. And it's a judgment call, and I usually don't like to get into judgment calls, and because there's no facts behind it. You might think this is awesome, but everybody else thinks it's stupid. So let me see if I can add a couple words up here and come up with it. Travel, maybe. See if I can find it on Amazon with the word travel. Okay, this is not the same. I'm just going back and forth. I don't see the one that I'm searching for, but now I know there is one on here. Designs double wall French coffee press travel mug. So I know there is such thing as a French coffee press travel mug. Cool. So let me go back to Alibaba And okay, it looks like that's what I was already searching. And see if I can find something similar to this one that's all silver. Okay, load up, load up, load up. And everybody's probably searching on their own in chat going, it's right here, you moron. Or they're not, either one. And a strong coffee mug. Now remember, when I'm doing this, I started with the word bold, so I'm a wee bit handicapped. So if you're seeing this go slow, it's your fault. No, it's my fault. I wonder if this is the same, but there's a different image. Let's take a look. And if not, I'll go back to Amazon and see what I can find. Okay, it's clear here. Is there any other images? Not really. Okay. Back to Amazon. I'm looking for a different type of French coffee mug. And I'm about to abort this mission pretty soon. French coffee mug combo. Let's see if that one comes up. I'm not looking for exactly that because there's no sales on it. What's a good keyword? French press coffee mug combo. Yeah, combo the keyword. French coffee mug combo. Kevin's like, why did I set him to do this? This is taking a while. I'm wrecking the whole presentation. Okay,
I'm
going to give up.
Really enjoying it. It's really cool to see. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to back out of French coffee presses, and I'm going because I didn't find a successful result with them. I imagine if I dug a little bit deeper, I might have. But where was I before I went to French coffee? Oh, I know where I was. So I'm just hitting my back button until I get to my bold results that I was on before, just to keep everything nice and congruent and pretty. Okay, so yep, this is where I was at. Remember the pins on blanket, and oh look, Bodum insulated. That was on Alibaba, right? Right?
Yeah.
That one there? Okay. So
that exact one right there is on Alibaba. That. I'm actually requesting a quote right now.
No.
Yeah.
No? Okay. Okay, so that one was on Alibaba. Cool. So let's back off and find that one.
Guys, is this not fun, guys? Yes, it is.
What keywords did you use on Alibaba search?
French,
do you really have it up on Alibaba?
I do. I just sent off a price quote for 1,000 mugs on the French press. This one right here.
What was the combo of keywords that you used?
I used a French press commuter mug. French press commuter mug. Travel mug, commuter mug.
I typed commuter wrong. See, it helps if you can spell. French press. Is that on the top left of my screen now? Is that it? Nope, it's steel. French press commuter. Am I spelling commuter right? No.
Nope. COMMUTER. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, is that the same one though?
That's the one that's on Amazon for like 20 some odd dollars, and I sent off a price quote for 1,000 of them. See what they come back with. Right there, $30, $30.90 right there. There's no way you're getting that for, I mean, on that mug you'll make a profit. If they come back and say it's $7 per mug, you still make a profit.
Yeah, but I want to find an Alibaba, and if you're looking at this mug, it's not the same, because this is all I'm getting for French press commuter mug. So either you're not giving me the correct keywords, or
that's fine.
You're looking at a different mug. This is frustrating because I just had it up. think your
It's okay.
computer's playing with my screen.
That's okay.
Okay, it looks like there's variations of them right here.
Mm-hmm. It's that Bodum insulated stainless steel travel with French press mug and tea mug.
Oh.
It's 0.45 liters, 15 ounces. They're selling for $39 on Amazon. So yeah.
Okay.
Easy
Well,
peasy.
there's the same one.
Yep, right there.
Just
That guy right there.
on it.
That's even better. It's got a little handle on it. No, the one you were just on, that French press mug, that one with a little handle. It's a different variation of what's on there, but that's the whole idea. Brand that bad boy. The one that's on Amazon that's selling for $39.99 has no handle. Stick your handle on it and go to town. And then right below that is the actual. That's the actual one right there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see a price so I can show these guys how cheap it is. But I can't find one with a price on it. Does yours have a price range on yours? Like $2 to $5 or something?
Nope,
Okay.
no price range.
Okay, French press smug. So we are at the handicap of it's 5:37 on a Sunday.
No, I think that's perfect because here's what you do. Now you move on, right? Okay, so he just went through a process. He searched. He found that mug. We obviously found that mug selling for $39.99. Can you imagine in any scenario in your mind that that's going to cost you $20 per mug from Alibaba? Of course not, right? So now you ask them for a price quote, and then you take that, you copy it, you put it on an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document, and you move on. You go to the next thing. You do that 5 or 6 times. You wait for them to get back with you. On Alibaba, you select the option that if they don't get back with you in 24 hours, that it gets shot across the bow of all the other manufacturers doing the same thing, so you will get a response. Bam, you're done. Remember, you need 4 items. So you go do this for like 1 weekend, just sit here and do exactly what he did. That mug could be a gold mine, you know, or any of those related other mugs. You could search through all of them if you wanted to. But the point is, you don't even know how much that costs there. Check out the price of it. If it's coming back and it's under, you know, $10, $20, I mean, we've seen the price of things. I can't imagine that mug is going to cost you $20 from China. You know, guaranteed it's going to cost you less than that. You'll be profitable. Boom.
Well, all that's true. I just wanted to put a home run bow on it and show them a price, but I will stop there. But I want to show you guys this too. 3D rendering. I know I already showed you this part, but I want to paint kind of a picture for you. Imagine, so this is the picture of the $30.90 selling thing here. This is all they got. Okay, there's your picture, and it's ranked 5,000 in kitchen and dining. I would say they're selling 75 to 100 of them a day. Okay, at $30.90. So imagine this picture versus the picture this guy can make for you of something like this. This thing here blowing up. Let me make it larger for you. Blowing up with your logo of hot coffee and some sort of French mug on it with steam coming off of it, sent over to this guy right here that could make it look like you were in France or whatever, put up against that. Yeah, so that's it.
Shazam.
Yeah. It's all perception, right? Does Amazon require white background? Yes, they do now. They do now, but you're not going to take your own pictures. You might as well quit if you're going to. I mean, take your pictures, but I'll tell you, I had a professional photographer that did the DS Domination event, and I showed him a picture of what I could get, and I said, "How can I order a camera and background and stuff from Amazon to be able to get a picture like this?" And he's like, I wouldn't even know what to tell you to get. You need these lights, this tramp, this, that, this, and this. And I was like, I'll just give $5 or $5. That's all. Okay. Yeah, somebody's talking Bodum is a brand name, correct, but you can get almost the exact one or a similar one and put here your name or Roger or coffee okay, and you're going to find that you have to avoid trademark issues. Your branding, there's no trademark issues in your branding yourself here, okay, on this. So if I type in coffee press and that portable red one comes up, for example, or portable coffee press, or whatever the keywords are that makes that come up to sell a bunch of them, and I'm a customer, and I see that Bodum one, and I see mine, the picture is awesome and branded awesome, and the title's awesome, and the just killer, it's $10 cheaper, I'm buying mine for myself. And that's it. There are 10 Turbo 5. I talked to an expert photographer, and he told me he could not get the quality of photos that I need to just stand out. I could not buy any piece of equipment and get them done. So I know there's lights and camera sets on Amazon, stuff like that, but it doesn't help me. Service as well. Get attached to. Kevin, are you still ordering mugs and stuff like that?
Yep.
Pins on and Strathwood are the two brand names. Strathwood is Amazon's line of patio furniture. They order from Indonesia, they store it in Kentucky, and I know all this because I sold on Amazon for 499 years. This is exclusive Amazon. Strathwood is their brand. And the brand of gadgets and blankets and stuff is called Pinzon.
Pinzon.
Something about trademark for Brett, I think he's following up another question. I mean, what if someone has a patent on a design that is not possible if China is selling? If you're concerned, you can always call in to Amazon and ask. But Amazon has very few restrictions, and this one here has nothing to do with that other one, except that it's a travel mug. I mean, this won't say Bodum on it. This is just a search word they put there. This travel mug will say anything, but a customer wants something that you use as a French press, and they can travel, and it's a mug. You have that in front of you for $1.18 a piece. Now you brand it with something cool, and your brand name is Coffee OEO, and you're the Coffee OEO mug guy, just like the Bodum guy who started with, we're the Bodum guy in some garage somewhere. You're starting with that, only you're going to make a lot more sales in the beginning than the Coffee OEO guy made, because there shows there's their demand for French coffee press travel mugs. Okay? Nothing to do with Bodum at this stage. If that makes sense.
Like, who would have thought of that before this webinar? Coffee mugs, Bodum, you know what I mean? French, yeah. I would. It would have never been on my radar. But that's the whole thing of how Roger does this. It's so sporadic, right? That's why he says, I'm going to go to, I don't know, CNN.com and pick word number 57 and then go from there, because he's not looking at things that he wants to sell, right? He's looking at things that, you know, hey, let's broaden our horizons here and look at stuff that's just out there. Okay, can this work? Yes, it can. Everything can work, you know. So I love it, love it. And so doesn't my puppy.
Well,
You love it.
I'll give you an example of, and I did this from last night's webinar. You guys can track it down, but swing seat, $36.80. Most common item since we were kids, right? $36.80. Completely hot seller item. Click on it. You look at the seller rank. 458 toys and games. Okay, 2,000 in toys and games will sell. I know from experience, like 30 to 40. So they're selling a lot more than 30 to 40 a day Okay, so you got this swing set here, rubber swing set, whatever. And I didn't think of that. I just came up with it during the search process. So rubber swing. Let's see if it comes up. I might have to type in seat. Let me get rid of this chat box so I can see my screen. Come on, Alibaba, get with it. Let me find the exact one. Come on, Roger, don't be lazy. Type the word seat. I know there's ones you're seeing that are similar to it, but I mean, it's the exact same rubber swing seats on here. Okie dokie. Okay, where we at? Where you at? Where you at? You can see that I was on here. Okay, $4 to $10 a piece was this one. They had the exact same colors and stuff as the one before, but man, I think it'll have it down here when the pictures load, if it loads up. Nope, just one picture. You can see on the right. Oh, here it is. Oh, $4 to $10 a seat. There's the yellow. There's some more on the right. One of these guys has like all the colors. Okay, $4 to $10. So get it for $6. Right here is the green variation, $36.80. Okay, after fees and everything, you're making $15 a pop. This guy's selling 30 to 50 of them a day, $800 a day, $24,000 a month. That's simple. Yep, that's how it goes. And then I started thinking, the reason you see me click on multiple ones, I was like, well, why can't I just get the rubber part of it and then buy chain? So I went to, what was the first site I went to? Oh, I think I went to eBay and looked up buy bulk chain link, and dog houses came up, or kennels or something. Then I went to Lowe's, and you'll see when you go to Lowe's, there's all kinds of different size chain link, and I didn't want to get into that, so I just like, whatever, that'll be a cool one to show on the webinar. But literally, you could probably get it cheaper with just the rubber part, not all this chain, and then buy the proper chain and links yourself, or whatever. It's so simple, you know? So simple. Okay, so Kev, I'm going to end there. Any other questions, just reach out to us, but go through the training first, and we'll be adding more and more and more. And I'll make sure that when stuff's added back there, the fulfillment center, anything, that we send out a webinar, okay? Not a webinar, a message to you guys letting you know that we've uploaded something new, okay? Kev, anything else you want to say? You done with your coffee mug?
Yeah, I'm actually on a coffee mug kick now. Thank you, because if that coffee mug's under $20, you know, I mean, which obviously it will be, it's a win. But I want to ask a quick question of everyone who's here. Was this not insane value for you? The last, what has it been? 3 hours now? 4 hours? Are we on 4 hours right now?
Yeah,
is this not insane, guys? Is this not some pretty awesome value? Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Nuts. I think one of the most valuable things is when you, just now, man, when you went to CNN and just started looking for stuff, you might have just found me another $20,000 a month in coffee mugs. If someone was called it, go get it first. So,
guys,
cool
don't
stuff.
forget your homework. Don't forget your homework to go leave reviews for a few items that you already purchased on Amazon, okay? And if you check my wall 3 hours into the Genesis webinar, wow, I have some crazy stuff for Pro and Elite members. Guess what it is? They're going to be able to buy stuff super cheap. And I'm going to remind them this week to go leave some reviews, and I'm going to tell them why and what kind of benefits they can get for that. And then we'll have them all set up for when your launches take place, okay? So it's all symbiotic, but only works if you guys do the little things too, okay? That said, guys, I appreciate you being on here on a Sunday. And, guys, is it Sunday? All right, yeah, the golf thing's today. Okay, so have an amazing day, guys, and thanks for everything. And we will roll it out fast and strong for you. God bless everyone. Take care. Thanks, Kevy.
Thanks, brother. Night.
Night.